What if Rimuru was sent to the beginning as Velzard? So let's get started. Rimuru Pav. Ag where am I? It's all dark. Rimuru complains as he opens his eyes. Mast. You're awake, Seal replies as she materializes in front of him. Seal. What happened? I was about to fight Yuki, wasn't I? Rimuru suddenly panics as he summons his sword. Yes master, we were about to fight Yuki when he activated a magic circle which sent us to the end of time, space, Seal replies. Wait then, let's hurry back quickly, let's go, what are we waiting for? Rimuru declared. That was more than infinite amount of years ago master, Seal relented. Huh, Rimuru mutters. That was more, Seal repeats. I heard that Seal, that mean we lost right? Rimuru continues, everyone's dead right. Yuki won the war. You could recreate the world and all their memories, Seal offers. No, that's not them, that's just a fake, Rimuru yells. Then how about master goes back in time? Seal offers again. Wait, I can do that. Rimuru exclaims. Yes, since master has been here so long you have managed to surpass Veldanava during his prime state by 30x, as such you can even create infinite number of multiverses with no power lost, Seal replies proudly. Huh, wait, what? Rimuru says, surprised by this revelation. You have transcend reality and could destroy time, space and reality, everything and the things that exist. Outside of everything with just a thought, Seal confirms. You knew I was going to pick this way, didn't you? Rimuru pouts. My I have no idea what you mean master, Seal replies while looking away. Ha ha ha, Rimuru laughs. Well then let's go back in time, shall we? Seal chimed. Yes, but do you know how to use this power? Asks Rimuru concerned. I have not yet used the power of time travel, so there is a 70% chance of going further back than you wished, Seal states. Well then let's just try and hope for the best, since from what you said I can defeat anyone, Rimuru boasted proudly. Yes, I have tested your power of destruction and creation and nearly destroyed time itself, so no need to worry about anyone harming master, Seal smirked. As expected of my partner. Well then let's try go to the point of right after Yuki sent me to the end of time, space, Rimuru confirms. Right, Seal exclaims as she returns to Rimuru's soul and activates the time manipulation. Hello young one, a raspy soundin' G voice resounds inside his head as though they're using telepathy. Hello, Rimuru replies as he does dare open his eyes at this powerful presence he senses. Master, it seems it failed, I have managed to analyze what went wrong, but I think this will be fun, Seal confessed. Why, what happened? Rimuru asks with telepathy. Unexpectedly through your soul corridor with Velzard you have been sent back in time, and I'd now baby Velzard, you are currently being named by Veldanava, Seal confirms. Huh, what, so now I'm Velzard? He asks confused. Indeed, Seal noted. Well, it might be fun to start off as a true dragon and get to meet Veldanava, or I guess brother now, Rimuru finishes as he opens his eyes. Yes, your name shall now be Velzard the White Ice Dragon. I will also give you knowledge of true dragon race. The raspy voice now identified as Veldanava names Rimuru. Brother, asks Rimuru. Ah, you're too cute. Veldanava giggles. Cute? Rimuru asks as he tilts his head, but then realization hits him. Wait, Seal, I'm Velzard now, right? Rimuru confirms. Yes master, Seal replies. So I'm a girl now, right? Rimuru fret. Yes master, Seal replies. Well crap, I'm a girl now, Rimuru says defeated. Muhahaha, Seal cackled. No, my manhood. Rimuru cries. Velzard, you okay? Veldanava asks as he notices Velzard is standing there conflicted. Why yeah, I just got a bunch of information, I was trying to understand it, Rimuru lies. Oh, I guess it would be weird suddenly getting a bunch of information, Veldanava confirms. Where am I? Rimuru asks. Oh right, chuckle, this is my greatest critique. On the cardinal world, this is where you shall live for now, but if you get strong enough you might be able to leave this world, Veldanava laughed. Wow, big brother created all this. Rimuru says, cringing inside. I know right, so amazing, praise me more, Veldanava says prideful. Brother the best. Rimuru plays along. Ah, feels so nice to be praised by a cute child. Veldanava says, lost in his own world. Hee, Rimuru giggles awkwardly. Seal, help me, I didn't realize Veldanava was Veldora 2.0. Rimuru pleads. Actually Veldora is Veldanava 2.0, Seal corrects. Oh true, but still this will be a pain, Rimuru complains. You can always punish him when you're older, since it would be a bad idea to show your full strength right now, Seal offers. Oh yeah, can you limit my power and slowly give me power too? Match Velzard but give one of the strongest barrier that Veldanava can't detect up in case any sneak attack, asks Rimuru. As you wish, but no one can sneak up on Master with me around. Seal exclaims. Yo, you've spaced out again, Veldneva says, bringing him back. Oh sorry brother, I was just wondering how much power I have, Rimuru says, changing the topic. Come try hit this, Veldneva says as a large snake Ike creature appears and Velzard charges up a powerful ice attack and releases it, blowing up a large radius. Wow, to be able to do that at such a young age, you're very strong, Veldneva compliments. Hee, I'm very tired now though, Rimuru replies as she falls to her knees. Yeah, I guess you would be quite tired, wouldn't you? You just hit it with everything you had and I'm very surprised with you counter. OL over Magicals, even I had to spend a week practicing it and I was the one that made it, Veldneva notes. I am very strong, asks Rimuru. Indeed you could rival even the 7 primal angels and demons, Veldneva complimented. Are they strong? Rimuru confirms. Yes, the angels keep the heavens protected and the demons keep the underworld protected. There is a realm underneath the underworld, but that's for anything that is too strong for even me to handle, and I can seal it there, but so far nothing has managed to reach my level, Veldneva recounted. So I'm very strong and you very strong, Rimuru states. Haha, I guess we are quite strong, aren't we, confirms Veldneva. Can I meet the 7 primal angels and demons soon? Requested Rimuru with pleading eyes. You will probably meet them on your own, Veldneva says as he looks away. Hee, I hope so, Rimuru giggles. So you want to explore this world? There is much to do here, like learn magic. You might even be able to turn into a human form like I am. One day, Veldneva tries to change THR subject. How do you turn to human? Rimuru says with stars in his eyes. Well, you have to try feel the dragon's core within you and shape it into a human, and why? Our body will change with it, instructed Veldneva as he focuses and Rimuru copies. Seal, Rimuru orders. On it, Seal replies as Rimuru turns into a beautiful teenage-sized woman. Wow, you're amazing, and why? Are quite beautiful with that snow-white hair, but first you should put some clothes on, Veldneva says as he looks away. Oh, I have no clothes, Rimuru mutters. Yes, I can see that, Veldneva replies as both become flustered. Seal, what the hell? Rimuru shouts to Seal telepathically. Sorry master, all the clothes within the stomach were disintegrated as they were all old and we don't want Veldneva to get suspicious and create clothes. So ask him if he has any clothes on him, Seal replies. Oh okay, that's fine then, Rimuru says as he calms down. Does brother have any clothes I can borrow? Rimuru asks as he covers the spots. Oh right, you don't have any clothes, you were just born, Veldneva confirms. Rimuru replies, still flustered a little. 1 second, let me just. Creation Lord Ahura Mazda, here you go, sorry about that, says Veldneva as he uses the strongest creation skill casually. Velzard then puts on the clothes. And I'm going to be calling Rimuru Velzard from now on since Velda Nava technically renamed her, so yeah, Rimuru is now Velzard. Much better now you have clothes and aren't naked for the world to see, Veldneva says as he recomposes himself. Thank you brother, Velzard replies with a smile. Hoo-ah, too cute, Veldneva exclaimed as he pinches her cheeks. I want to explore the world, I haven't seen any more than this wide field, Velzard complains in a distorted voice as Veldneva continues. Oh right, yes, let's do that then. So far there is only small human civilizations such as villages and small towns to avoid the mindless monsters, but the ones who have a mind als. Built some villages such as orcs, lizardmen, goblins and ogres, Veldneva replies as he stops. What are humans and monsters? Velzard asks, acting dumb. Right, humans are a species that looks like the form we have right now. They have a small amount of magicals in the soul to keep the body working, and monsters are made out of magicals, still have souls, but they can put magicals inside of their bow. Die to use later, but they have a limit or their body will explode, Veldneva states as they walk around to field. Oh, so monsters stronger? Velzard confirms. Yes, monsters are stronger, but humans are SMA. RTER, which is why in 5.000 years I've told the angles to do an attack every 500 years to keep the humans from getting too advanced and destroying the world, but that's only for this world, the other worlds do. NT have angles or demons, so humans will most likely destroy all of those worlds and this will be the longest lasting, Veldneva says with a slight bit of sadness. Brother knows so much, Velzard compliments, which lifts his mood. HMPH, I am the smartest of them all, no one knows more than me. Veldneva laughs. Hee, Velzard giggles awkwardly. Is this guy serious? Velzard complacent. No, I am the smarties. Since Master took on omniscience during your evolution, however I believe it would only hurt Master due to having a former mind of a human and so I took it on myself, Seal states. As expected of my partner, Velzard complimented. Anyway, back to the explanation, the humans will come together and form even bigger civilizations and maybe even have millions in a single empire, as I named it, Velneva continues. Ooh, an empire have millions of humans, why not monsters though? Velzard asks. As I said, humans are intelligent so they will likely push back any monsters and stop any town while it's still small, Velneva stated. Oh, that's sad, so humans are intelligent but don't like things that aren't them. Velzard confirms. Indeed, you catch on quick, Velneva exclaimed happily. Hee, Velzard gig, less once again awkwardly at all the praise she is receiving but doesn't hate it. Ah, I could die now and be happy, Velneva joked. No, don't die, I don't want brother to die. Velzard complains. I won't die, wanna know something cool? Slimes, Velneva. Yeah, Velzard agreed. If either you or me dies we will be reborn and come back, Velneva continues. So cool, Velzard exclaims. I know right, I made it so you and me are the strongest, no one can ever kill us. Compliments Velneva. Hee, Velzard Pav. After brothers rant on about his creations and me praising him, I decided to venture off and my own to meet some monsters and humans, so as I first started when I reincarnated I decided to go the place where Veldora's cave is in the future. This place is unrecognizable as of right now ISN. It, Velzard mutters as she looks at a small 3 meters wide 5 meters long cave. Indeed, Master, it will take another 18,000 years for it to form and 19,000 years for Chloe to arrive, Seal confirms. Oh right, I almost forgot Chloe did a ton of time loops, didn't she? Anyway, I should look for a close civilization, Velzard reminds herself. Would you like me to locate a village? Seal asks. No thanks, I am going to explore a bit and see if I can find one myself since I usually rely on you to use my powers, but since I am starting anew I will try master my own powers, Velzard states. Now that's the master I fell in love with, Seal says, too quiet for Velzard to notice. Did you say something, Seal? Velzard asks. No, it was your imagination, Seal replies. Yeah, anyway humans find, mutters Velzard as she walks away into the forest killing mindless monsters. Oh, there must be one this way then, she says as she looks down a pathway. Yes master, I can count there are 200 people in this village, it is one of the medium-sized villages, Seal confirms. Oh lucky, exclaims Velzard. It is 2.361 feet northeast of your current position, Seal states. Let's head there then, Velzard replies as they walk for 30 minutes. And they see an entrance not far from them. Wow, this place is nice and hidden, I would have loved to live here, Velzard exclaims. Master, you wanted to meet humans so you could live amongst them for a while, Seal suggested. Oh, that is true, but will they trust me? I am an outsider after all, Velzard wonders. You can always manipulate their minds into thinking you always lived here, Seal says in a completely monotone voice as if it is the obvious AWNSER. Wait, I thought you limited my power, Velzard asks. Velzard at birth was capable of such feats, Seal stated. No, it's fine, I will gain their trust. The good old-fashioned way, sighs Velzard as she walks over to the entrance. I am interested in what you mean, Seal mutters. Can't you just read my mind? Asked Velzard. Since you are a higher entity, I can't read your mind without your permission or you will unconsciously block me, Seal replied. Oh, so you cannot read my mind, Velzard confirms. You wanted to introduce yourself? Seal asked. Right, I shall make friends with these humans, declared Velzard as she walked up to the entrance as a few guards came up to the entrance and pointed their weapons. Hello, do you mind if I come in please? Velzard asked as polite as possible. State your business here or leave. The leader shouted. I want to make friends and live a fun life, Velzard stated. And how can we trust you will not try kill us and we let our guard down, another shouted. If I wanted to kill you I would have done already, I could just fly over your village and it would have been destroyed from the gusts, and if not that would have been frozen from my aura, Velzard boasted. None can do that, not even the strongest monster can destroy us with just their aura. Shouted another. Brother could destroy an entire country with just his aura. Velzard confirms. I gotta act like a little sister but this gets tiring at times, mutters Velzard. Boys, you hear that? Her brother can destroy an entire country with just his aura. The leader says, looking back at the others, and they laugh. And these guys are pissing me off, Velzard continues as her aura starts to seep out, freezing surrounding trees and houses. What the hell is Her aura is massive and it's still seeping out. One yelled. You guys are pissing me off a lot right now. Velzard relented. Right. Sorry, it was our mistake. Spare us please, I beg of you, at least spare my wife and kids. Begged one of the men. Am I really that scary? Asked Velzard as her aura comes back in. And no, not at all, you're very beautiful, the man said, scared half to death. Okay then, LSO, do you mind if I live here for a while? Velzard asked, as she walked inside without waiting for an AWNSER. Sure, the man mutters as he follows. She's a beauty but terrifying, she's probably the strongest out there, another says. Yeah, no kidding, I wouldn't be surprised if she could do as she said earlier, the man whined. I need to make sure not to mess with her, call everyone to town center. We got a visitor, the leader states, and they do as they were told. 1 hour later, everyone, we have a guest here today, make sure to treat her with utmost respect as if she was one of our own, the leader says as many start to wonder who would be so important to require such treatment. Okay, settle down, I will introduce her now, her name is Velzard. They introduce. Hello, my name's Velzard, I'll be here for a day or two but no more than that, so don't worry, confirmed Velzard as she walked up as more people started murmuring. Yes, it's not often we take in an outsider, let alone treat them like one of us. But she is a special case, not even every one of us here could take her on, stated the man. I only did that 'cause you guys were pissing me off, I won't always do that, muttered Velzard as she pouted. You say something, Velzard? The man asked. No, it's fine, Velzard said as she turned away. Time skip 3 hours. After spending 3 hours with them, I got to know more and I made friends with quite a few an hour. 80 became a celebrity within their village. Hey Velzard, asked a soldier from before. Yeah, Velzard replied as she spun around. Earlier you gave off an aura and humans don't give off auras, so what type of monster are you? Asked the soldier. Oh, I'm a dragon, Velzard stated. Dragon, you mean the same type as the dragon that declared themselves as the creator? The man almost did yelled. Oh brother, yeah, we're the same, Velzard said as though it was obvious. Brother, you see the creator himself as your brother? The soldier asked, bewildered. Yes, brother is very big and kind, he's also very strong and taught me about this world before letting me go look around, Velzard reminiscent. If you're a dragon, how come you look like this? The wondered. Oh, me and brother can change our shape. This is my real shape, Velzard says as she starts glowing and transforms into a dragon form. So cute, one says. I know, right, I want to pet her, another said as they reached out. No petting me unless you want your hand to be eaten, Velzard glared. Sorry, they muttered. It's fine as long as you didn't pet me, it's fine, Velzard says as she transforms back. You looked like a baby, how old are you? The soldier asked. Oh, I'm 4 weeks old, stated Velzard. 4 weeks, they yelled. Yes, I am 4 weeks, confirmed Velzard. Why do you look like a 15-year-old in your human form? Asked another man. I shape M. Why core to look like an older girl, I can't make my body any bigger than my dragon form, so I made it as big as I could and this is it, Velzard states as she sits back down. That's amazing, to be able to change your form, the man dreams. Anyway, you got a bed around, I want to go sleep now, Velzard asked uninterested. Oh right, yeah, this way, we got an empty house, the man lead her over. Thanks, Velzard smiles. Time skip next day. It's morning, I got up, changed and then left the village. It was nice but it can get boring and I want to spend this next 500 years having fun before Velgriand and Veldora appear. Now then, let's head back home. Can it really be called a home? It's more like a large field where I sleep and train, wonders Velzard as she flies over the forest in her dragon form. It is a place you find safety, so it can be considered a home, Seal confirms. Time skip, large field, house. Brother, where are you? Asked Velzard as she looked around her training area. There was no reply. Where is he? Velzard asks. He's gone into the sky castle since he can feel the aura of Ivaraj, Seal stated. Oh, that dragon was a pain to deal with, Velzard confirms as she sat down. Yes, but Master Do, isn't need to worry as Veldnava will deal with it, Seal comforts. That's good, I can sit back and relax, says Velzard. Not quite, Ivaraj will come and try kill you since enough are still young, Seal confirms. Ah, that's a pain, Velzard mutters. But Ivaraj, no matter how strong he gets, can never even compare to Master's strength, Seal boasts. That's good to know, Velzard smiles internally. Oh Velzard, you're back, a voice from behind said. Brother, I felt scary aura and got worried, Velzard said as she turned around. You can feel it this far away. asked Veldneva surprised. It's very big and strong. I wouldn't last a second, Velzard stated while nodding. Don't worry, I will protect you, no need to worry, Veldneva confirmed. Rimuru Pov. When I woke up again I was in the middle of nowhere, though that's nothing new of course. Master should deserve better than this, complained Seal. Calm down Seal, it's fine, grass is surprisingly comfortable, said no gamer ever, I mean Velzard. If you say so, Seal replies defeated. Though a house would be comfortable, mutters Velzard. If Master wishes I can create a house now, Seal says hyping up. Okay, yeah, make it similar to my old Japanese-style house back in Tempest, Velzard says. As you wish Master. Small time skip 30 seconds. Master, I've finished the house. As expected of you, though you did add enough room for, brother, though didn't you? Yes, on the other side of the house away from you room as much as possible. You didn't have to go that far, but okay, it's fine. No one can sleep within a 10 meters radius of Master, I would prefer 10 miles but this will have to suffice. Sigh, okay then, proud. Anyway, if I remember correctly, in 2000 years Velzard confronts Guy for a fight since he stole Vel's attention. Do I have to live with that demon in this timeline? No, since Master reversed time instead of making a new timeline, Master can do anything he wishes with no time holes. Ooh, I don't have to live with that demon, Veer excited T. Hat reminds me, when is Guy going to challenge Vel? In 500 years, 34 days, 12 hours, 58 minutes and 4 years is enough. Yes, Master. 100 years later. In these past few years I've gotten stronger, more like giving myself power over time. But other than that I kept visiting villages and becoming friends, then abandoning them. I never visited that first village or any others for a second time, kinda feel bad since I made the whole village my friend in just 5 hours, then I leave them. Velzard. Brother, what's wrong? You're going to be an older sister today. Gasp, another dragon is here. Indy. I found the egg in the same spot I found you, and it's similar, but instead it's more of a red egg and less of a bluish egg like yours, so it's probably different. What you going to name it? Maybe Velgrind. I like it. I'm the best at names. Ha, you wish I claimed the title of best namer. I named 500,000 monsters in 10 years and you only 3 in your entire lifetime. Yeah, best at names. Come on, let's go see it. At the spot. Look, there it is. It looks like fire. It's a fire dragon probably then. Crack. Look brother, there's a crack in it. Cracking. It's hatching. Then all the eggshells fall over and a small fire dragon is seen where the egg was. Look, she's so cute. Yes, she quite cute, I'm jealous. Don't worry, you're all so cute. Who are you guys? Hi, I am your older brother, she is your old sister. I will give you information on true dragons now. Then a white lightning bolt hit Velgrind that came from tip of Veldenova's finger. I understand now, big brother, bigger sister. Ah, so cute. Hello, I am Velzard, you big sister, nice to meet you. Hi, I don't have a name. Oh right, yes, your name shall be Velgrind. I like it, thank you big brother. No problem. UESS, I will have to make a new big to the house now, won't I? Oh right, yes, you need somewhere to sleep. Time skip 5 years. After Velgrind moved in, the house got a little bit more cramped, not much, just a little. Me and Velgrind sometimes fight. I guess mainly having the ice element is influencing my behavior since I'm not acting the exact same and when I was before, not much, but I just don't get along with anything fire very well. Velgrind, what do you want? Do you have any interest in humans? No, they're annoying and take up space. Did you know that I think brother fell in love with one? Hua, brother would never, don't even try, joke about that. 5 hours later. So both of you, I have something to tell you guys. Yes brother, I think I have fallen in love with a human girl. Hua, I won't accept that. Let's meet her before you decide that, shall we sister? Thank you Velzard. It's no problem brother, I'm excited to see her. By the way, she's an evolved human saint, meaning she could live for 5 years, but by then she could have evolved even more and maybe even get endless lifespan. TCH, let's just go see this human. Yes, let's go. Small time skip. So this is the woman I told you guys about. She's so cute. HMPH, I'm better than this human. Velgrind, calm down, I know you hate humans, but she must not be ordinary if brother fell in love with her. Hello. Hi Lucia, these are my sisters I told you about. Oh hello there, smile. You're so cute, nice to meet you. Yeah, hi, nice to meet you. Le gasp, sister actually said hi to a human. Shut it sister. Calm down you two, why don't you come inside, it's not much but it's all I can offer. Thank you for the offer miss. New name is Lucia, it's very nice to see you. Nice to see you too Miss Lucia, I shall take your kind offer. Hee, you're very polite. As are you, I can see why brother fell in love. You make me blush. Come on, let's sit down, it's kind of hot out here for some reason. Oh, that's probably because of Velgrind being in a bad mood, she's overheating and letting out a little bit of her aura. My, what's got her so worked up? She dislikes humans, so the fact brother fell in love with one makes her but won't speak since it's brother's choice. Oh, I see, I will try my best to make her feel safe with me then. That would be good. Who knows, maybe she might get partnered up with a human in the future. Maybe so. Small time skip. It was nice talking, Lucia. Yes, it was. Make sure to come by next time, Velzard, Velgrind, Velda. It was okay. Haha, it was nice to see you too, Lucia. I'll come by tomorrow. Bye now. At the house. Maybe humans aren't as bad as I thought. Yes, they're very nice, especially her and her brother. I never met a pair so welcoming. Don't you think? So what do you guys think about me marrying her? I will agree for now. I think it's an amazing idea, brother. Thank you guys, smile. Time skip 500-ish years. Veldanova and Lucia got married. Velgrind and I sometimes visit. Velgrind also likes to talk with Lucia's brother Rudra, who started up his own big town, small city and invented the money system. I mostly go around visiting places around the world and train when I remembered something exciting. Hey Seal, isn't today the day Guy challenges Vel? Yes master, he is currently fighting now. At the moment Vel is just sitting there tanking all of Guy's full-powered hits. As expected of Vel, I wanna watch, teleport me there. As you wish. One teleport later. Is that all you got? Shut it, I'm not yet defeated. I feel like someone's watching me, must be my imaginati. No one can get in here, not even Ivaraj. Meteor crash. Who, not bad, that meteor could destroy massive cities, even a small empire. Panting, I give up. If that can't even scratch you, I stand no chance. I see why you claim to be the creator and I no longer have any doubts about it. Good, you let off some steam. Haha, that's all that was. You really are strong. Not at all, you caught me off guard with that meteor. To think one of you would get so strong to be able to launch an attack like that despite being so exhausted is impressive. Well, at least I caught you off guard. I guess I will count that as a win. Hey Seal, do you think I can fight Guy with my current strength? If Master fights at full power without taking any strength from your real body, you will make him faint, but you will be too exhausted to move an inch at that time. Okay, he really was strong then. Yes master, he is still yet to reach his full potential as of yet. Wow, wait, isn't this the part where he gets appointed as the mediator of the world? Yes master. I, the creator Veldanova, the Star King Dragon, you the Rouge Primordial, the mediator of the world, as the first Demon Lord. Demon Lord? I heard before coming here when I destroyed those two kingdoms. After I killed them I evolved into a true Demon Lord. Yes, once you evolve into a Demon King your strength increases by 10x since you were a primordial demon. You had the Demon Lord's seed, which is necessary to evolve into one. That's why I was a lot stronger than before then. Indeed. I'll head back to Northern End then and make that my territory. That is completely fine. I'm going to head back to my home and see Velzard and Velgrind. You speak quite highly of those dragons. Are they strong? Velzard's around same as you, I would s. I and Velgrind around 3/4 s of your strength. As expected, they are true dragons after all, though I would love to fight Velzard and see who would win. You can have a spar, but don't kill each other though. If what you say is true, then I doubt I can. She's very strong. Velzard Pav. After Veldanova's battle with Guy, the first quickly teleported back to our home in the middle of nowhere and acted as if nothing happened when he came inside. Hey Velzard. Yes brother. The Red Primordial wants to fight against you. I told him not to fight to the death if you two ever do fight. That's fine then. How strong do you think he is? I'd say about same as you, if not a little less. Ooh, he's very strong then. Indeed, he managed to take me off guard for a second, which has never once managed to PPEN other than when I first fought Ivaraj the Void Dragon. Oh yeah, you said he was going to break out soon. When do you expect? Around 20,000 years or so, maybe less. That's quite a bit away. Oh, yeah, you're only 600 years old, aren't you? Yeah. Oh well, when he's released 500 years will feel like 1 year. Maybe. Also, is the Red Primordial going to have a domain or anything? Oh yes, he said. He will stay up in the northernmost part and make that his territory. That's quite a bit away from here since we're near the southwestern side. Yeah, his castle is going to be right in the middle apparently. So it would take around 1h to fly, I would say. Not too long, but wouldn't be worth the trip. If he wants to fight, he will have to come to me. He probably would, since either put a dent in high pride he would want it back and try defeat you. HMPH he can never even compare to my strength. Chuckle. 300-year time skip. It's been 300 years since Guy and Veldanava fought and I've yet to see Guy. I thought he would come barging in and break the house kind of like Milam would do back in the future I guess. Anyway Veldanava has come running in like what Milam would do breaking the door. Velzard you have another sibling. Another. Yes I found another egg, this time it looks like a grey egg so I guess a dragon specialized in air magic maybe storms. A storm dragon? Yeah probably. Well let's go I wanna see them. Of course it's at the same place as last time, I'll go get Velgrind. Okay I'll be going now. Veldanava Pav. Ah she's growing up way too fast, even I took millions of years to mature this fast. Ah well I guess she has people around to help her mature unlike me who had nothing but the void for septillions of years. Brother. Ah Velgrind, I was looking for you. Something come up. Ah yes a new dragon egg has appeared, me and Velzard think it's a storm dragon. Okay I'm coming, where is it? At the same spot as you were. Okay you go ahead I'll follow behind. See you in a little. Velzard Pav. After Veldanava went to get Velgrind I went to the hatching spot and saw an egg that looked grayish. That must be it, just gotta wait till brother gets here. No need to wait. Oh brother, didn't see you there. No need to worry I just teleported here so no need to panic. It's fine, also Ehad are you going to name them? Maybe Veldora, I like it, smile. Kua you look so mature now. Hee I may look it but inside I'm just a little child. It's not completely wrong since I do have a childish side but always push it away due to being a ruler in. Eat to look intimidating but with this body looking intimidating doesn't really work very well since I just look cute whenever I try. Sure are. Oh look Velgrind is here. Hello sister. Nice to see you too Velgrind. Now don't fight. Today we're celebrating a new family member, Veldora. Right on cue the egg starts to hatching and comes out a small grayish dragon. So cute I didn't realize Veldora was this cute as a baby. Hello. Quote. Hi I am Velzard your oldest sister nice to meet you. Velgrind. I'm your brother Veldanava, I will give you knowledge of true dragons to make this easier. Same thing as with Velgrind happens they head home Velzard expands the house to make room for another dragon and also teaches Veldora how to use magic properly and within 200 years he's already as strong as his prime days and Veldanava left to live with Lucia. Instead of torturing him every day this is much more efficient but he's still got his prideful attitude, though I don't hate it, I kind of missed it. Knock knock. Sister can I come in? Oh Veldora you can come in. Though I do punish him if he barges into my room, so I did kind of educate him into not barging into my room. Sister can I do more training with you? Sure let's go out the back. And so an epic battle of two strongest dragons raged on with the ice dragon holding back a little bit and the storm dragon going all out. Oh, Veldora you're improving I might have to put more effort into this. Kuhahaha someday I will be stronger than you. I will wait for that day. Storm magic. Raging tornado. Not bad. Frozen aura. Velzard releases some of her aura and freezes all surrounding air particles. That skill is so unfair it stops all attacks and I can't even touch you with that. It doesn't stop all attacks just the ones within my aura. Try get your attack through my aura and you might hit me. That's impossible though your aura is so dense. It may be dense but it has still got holes in it. I will try do that next time. Don't push yourself too hard. You're already stronger than Velgrind which is impressive. You think so? Of course. She's still scary though. She may be scary but who's scarier, her or me when I'm angry? You by miles. I'm not sure that's the response I wanted but it works. So should I challenge other sister to a fight? Not now since you will be seriously hurt but, maybe in 1 year's tea. May you will be strong enough to tank all the hits she throws. 1 year's time. Yes, want to wait a bit before going back to training. Yeah, can I also have that ice cream you make? Oh sure here. Casual 1.000 year time skip. In these 1.000 years Veldora has surpassed me when I fought both him and Velgrind at the same time which is really impressive, he's also gotten smarter and won't mindlessly attack villages to try get stronger. Sister. Veldora. Brother said he's having a child with Lucia. A child? Yes he says he wants all of us to come meet her. I'm coming you go on ahead I'll catch up. Okay see you there. Was it this early when Milam was born? Or maybe time just flies by ridiculously quick. After Velzard gets ready and starts to fly. I can't wait to see her. I wonder if she was cute as a baby. Velzard down here. Oh brother you added a place to land in your new home. Of course, I live here so I need a quick way in and out, without walking through an entire forest. Makes sense. Can just take off from anywhere since the canopy of the trees block you. Yeah, anyway wanna see my daughter? Hell yeah, I'm an aunt now aren't I? Indeed. Velzard and Veldanava walk in. Side and see Veldora Lucia and a baby in the living room. This my niece. Oh hello Velzard, it's good to see you again, and yes this is Milam. Good to see you again Lucia, and also how is your child so cute? How come Velgriand and Veldora looked so ugly against Milam when they were babies? Kua, oh didn't see you there Veldora. Why yeah don't mind me. Okay, baby, chuckled Velzard, calm down you might scare her. Ah right ahem, she looks quite cute, I know right, my daughter is the best. Yes she is. Velzard Pav. It has been 4 years since Milam was born. Velgriand and Rudra, Lucia's brother, have been getting closer. Rudra has started up a small kingdom around the size of Falmouth when it attacked. Knock knock. This magical signature belongs to the Red Primordial, you can come in. Ah as expected you could tell it was me. As for why I am here I wish to fight you since you didn't come to my palace I decided to come down here to meet you. You can fight Veldora if you want, Right now I'm busy thinking about life choices. Veldora, the new storm dragon I've heard about. Yes I trained him to be able to easily beat Velgriand so you will be necessary to see if he is truly strong since you are at least in the magical aspect stronger than Velgriand. Well I suppose that will do. Great, Veldora, sister, I am here. Great, this guy is your training partner for today. I will be observing the battle so make sure to put on a great show you too. Kuhahaha the Red Primordial, I see he is certainly stronger than other sister but not nearly as strong as you. Well let's go to the training grounds shall we? I suppose we should, but are your training grounds strong enough to withstand our attacks? Oh it should be fine, me and Veldora always train here every day and it's barely scratched. At the training grounds, there's a 100-mile crater here. Yes, it's barely scratched. Quote, sister did this with a single attack, it knocked me out for 2 years before I woke up again and saw this. You get used to it after a while. A single attack did this. Oh yeah I froze it then I destroyed all the ice when I was testing out a skill. If anyone was inside the ice they would have been pulverized. Body and soul, that's some strong AoE attack. Yeah if I wanted to I could double the range but the soul wouldn't be destroyed and on the further edges people might sue. RVIVE if at the saint or archdemon level. I see it's too early to take you on so I shall fight this one. Okay to your positions. When you see a bright light fade in the middle that will be the signal to start. A bright white light in the middle pops up. So when that disappears we start, got it? Then it suddenly disappeared and Veldora charges and the Red Primordial at full speed which catches him off guard and jumps to the side to dodge. You very fast, as are you. The Red Primordial then pulls a sword out of nowhere and charges at Veldora. Veldora moves to the side to dodge and punches He Primordial in the stomach sending him flying 3 miles the charges up a powerful attack. Storm magic. Storm heralding winds. As he says that the sky turned black and a tornado appears an even 50-meter. E-butters get picked up and flung as if a small rock. The Red Primordial is of course picked up however quickly gets out only to be hit by lightning that causes a massive crater around 5 miles wide. The tornado moves towards him and picks him back up off the ground and throws him 30 miles out then hit with another lightning bolt. Meteor summoning magic. With the Red Primordial still on the GR. Summoning a meteor big enough to destroy an entire city he quickly moves out of the blast range but doesn't expect for Veldora to look at it as if it is nothing but a small fly. Storm magic. Black lightning. With those 4 simple words a lightning bolt hit it and it got completely obliterated, not even a small rock left over from the hit. I give up if have no chance if you can take my strongest attack out with one single attack. Seriously, I hadn't gotten serious yet though. You're way too strong. I'm not even close to sister though, I can't even scratch her. Damn she's way out of my league then. Indeed you stand no chance against her even in just sword's play she could cut down the big rock like it's nothing I have to at least use magic to take it out. She's in an entirely different dimension. Yeah that's why I'm still training, she did say I will reach her level within the next 2.000 years so that is nice to hear. Only 2.000 years. Yes, so Veldora 1 go. OD job I shall give you your favorite dinner as reward, and Red would you like to eat at our house? I suppose that wouldn't hurt. Good let's go then, Velgriand is probably going to eat at that Rudra's place. Rudra, isn't that the ruler of that new kingdom, city thing? Indeed, he's quite a powerful person for a human. I'd say around your strength, you might want to fight him if you want to get stronger. I will challenge him then while I'm here, but I will rest first. You can sleep in the guest room for tonight. Thank you. Also that sword. Oh, this sword, it's called World. It's quite a good sword. I'd say around high myth class. Indeed, it's made of the rarest and strongest material. If used to its full potential, it could easily take out an empire with just pure swordsmanship and abilities it provides. Yes, Lord Veldanava did say it's very powerful. Well, let's get to my house and then we can talk some more about stuff if you want, since you're in the top 5 strongest beings I know. Well, that good to know. At the house, eating. Oh, Velzard. Yes. Do you have a weapon of your own? I do. It's called the Tempest Sword. How powerful is it? A single half-hearted swing could easily cut your big rock in half and cut space itself. That's a very powerful sword. I keep it in my room away from everyone else. Also, since you are going to sleep here tonight, let me just tell you. Come into my room without permission will be equal to asking to die. Smile. Got it? So no entering your room without permission. Yes. Wasn't planning on anyway, so that will be no problem. Red, let me give you advice with sister. Yes, Veldora. When I entered sister's room, even if I knocked first and entered without permission, I got educated so hard I would have preferred to die at that moment. Is education that painful? It feels like having every star out there hit you over and over again for 10 years. That would be painful. I will listen to your advice. You better. The next year. Within this year, Velgrind has officially moved in with Rudra. Guy challenged Rudra and they kept fighting for one day and one night before they decided to call it equal, and now they decided to make it a game where they fight every few days or so, and now I'm on my way to meet Milam since she is now 5 years old. Oh, Velzard, you came to visit. Hello, Lucia. Yes, I did. I haven't seen Milam in 4 years, so I decided to come meet her again. Well, she's asleep right now, but you can see her later. Well, it's a shame, but it's fine. Also, where is brother? Oh, he's going out to visit other villages for more food since it's Milam's birthday in 1 month time. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Humans only celebrate every 5 years, don't they? Yes, we do. I did tell Deer that he doesn't need to stick to human trad Ishin, but he says he doesn't mind, so yeah. Well, if you did dragon tradition, it would be every 1.000 years. Oh, I guess it would be best to do it the human way then. Mama. Oh, Milam, you're awake. Yeah, I heard you talking. Who's that? This is your aunt, Velzard. Hello, Milam. It's been 4 years since I last saw you and you're all grown up. Auntie Velzard. Yes, that's me. Oh, you're that person I saw when I woke up first. It's good to see you remember me at least. Can we play? Not now, Milam, you need to sleep since you were up late playing with Deer. But I'm not tired. Yes, you are. Come on, let's get you to bed. Milam, if you're good girl and go to sleep, I'll play with you all you want when you wake up. Really? Okay, I go sleep. Wow, you know how to handle children well. I had to deal with both Velgriand and Veldora when they were first hatched, so I got experience, except with them I can be more forceful. I guess that's true. I'm surprised by how big she is. She's like what a 8-year-old looks like. Also like how they act. Yeah, I wonder if it's because of Deer's side, since from what I've heard dragons mature very quickly so they can protect themselves at early ages. I guess you were right. I learned magic from the moment I woke up, though that's faster than any of my other siblings. Right from when you woke up. That's impressive. Yeah, I heard brother say that it took him a week and he created it. Wow, that makes it even more impressive. I've also somehow managed to learn the basics of Veldora's storm magic despite being a completely different type of dragon. You can use his storm magic. Yeah, I can use black lightning and also tornado, but only small tornadoes. That's quite a feat in of itself. Yeah, it took a couple thousand years to accomplish it since I had to study his magical nature, then change my own to match. Change the magical nature. Yeah, I have to manipulate my magicals to match his to use his magic. That amazing. Anyway, so how have you been? I've been good, looking after Milam while Deer goes hunting and gathering, but he does play when he is here. Oh, speak of the devil. Hello, I'm back. Oh, hi Velzard, didn't know you were visiting today. Ah, brother, good to see you again. You too. So what ya talking about? Oh, we were talking about how Velzard managed to copy Veldora's magic. Copy his magic? Yeah, I changed my magicals to his, then I can use his storm magic, though only on a smaller scale, like small tornadoes or small lightning. I didn't even know that was possible. Cause it's not I just use magic from my skill storm magic, but hey, he will never know. Did you gain a skill doing it? Damn, he found out. Yeah, I gained the ultimate skill storm magic series. That's very impressive. Thank you, brother. It's fine. Satu want to eat here with us? I would love to, but Veldora will probably want to eat tonight, so I'll go back and feed him. Veldora still lives with you? Yeah, I'm training him, so right now he's living with me, but after he's finished his training I don't know what he will do. I see, that's not a surprise since he was obsessed with getting stronger when I was last there. Yeah, while trainin', him I also got stronger since I can study him using his magic, so I could one day use his magic to the full extent. That would be cool, can't wait to see when you do. I won't let you down, brother. 1 month later, Milam's birthday. Hello, today I would like to thank everyone here for coming to my daughter's first birthday party. Congratulations, Milam. Thank you everyone. Kua, Milam's so cute. I agree, sister. Also, it's nice to finally meet you, Rudra. Ah yes, indeed, Velzard. I have been told many great things about you from Guy. Guy. Ah yes, the Red Primordial. I decided to give him a name. Since calling him Red Primordial takes a while. Ooh, you must be quite strong to be able to name a primordial demon, and the strongest at that. I consider myself fairly strong, but nowhere near your strength if what Guy says is true. Oh well, I guess we will never know. Indeed, Miss Velzard. Oh, that reminds me, how is Velgrind doing? I heard she spends a lot of time with you. Ah yes, Miss Velgrind, she is doing well. I quite enjoy her company around me since it's a lot of extra strength which will help support my country grow. As long as you're not exploiting her, I don't really care what happens. You're a very nice woman, Miss Velzard. You can drop the miss if you want, I don't have much care about formalities. If you insist then, well, let's go see the birthday girl instead of chatting amongst ourselves, shall we? Let's go then. Velzard Pav. It has been 6 months since Milam's 5th birthday, so she is 5.5, and I have a feeling something bad will happen today. Seal, is today the day? Indeed, master. Today both Veldanava and Lucia will die. Is it possible to gather their souls when they die? It is possible. I have been observing them both intently and I believe it will be Saint for Milam if they remain dead for now. However, after the situation with Yuki, I would recommend reviving them and saying you were searching for strength to revive them. I feel bad for lying, but Milam will need this so she can grow stronger and also mature even a little bit. Indeed, master. Well, let's wait for the news. They wait an hour before they notice Veldanava's aura disappearing and realize he is now dead. Seal. Already done, master. Have you destroyed their bodies? Yes, master. Okay, this will be fine then. When they wake up again they will be alive. After 6 days they decide to go calm Milam down. Milam. Velzard. Come help us calm her down. Yes, Guy, I'm coming. Suspended world. Sorry about this, Milam. As she says that she knocks Milam out while unfreezing time. Wah, I froze time and knocked her out. That's some powerful stuff right there. It may be, but it's useless if the thing you want to stop happens before you stop time. Ah, is it okay to take to your palace as it is the closest place? Of course. They then head over to Guy's palace with Ramirez, who stays quiet the whole way. You can tell that she's barely holding on to that form as it keeps glitching. At Guy's palace. I'll go put her to sleep in a room. Can you take me to a guest room? Of course, Rain, take them. As you wish, this way please. Ramirez Pav. Velzard is incredibly powerful. To take Milam out in one hit is insane. Yes, I lost to Veldora when he was going easy on me and said he can't even scratch her. You lost to that dumb dragon. And it was going easy. Yes, he may be dumb, but his power is nothing to be scoffed at. I guess, seeing you and Milam fight, I can tell you're not weak at all. In fact, I thought you to be the strongest being alive. Not at all, I'd say third at most. Have you fought the fire dragon? I have. She's by far the weakest. I managed to take her out in 5 attacks. How did the other 2 get so strong then? Veldora said Velzard trained him, so I'd guess he gained his strength from her, but who knows where she got her strength from. I should ask her to train me. I wouldn't. I asked to be trained by her and it's not fun. How hard can it be? Well, you get hit by attacks that could destroy my full meteor attacks 5.000 XQ second. I will train on my own. I'd advise you to. Milam Pav. Where am I? Oh, Milam, you're awake. Aunt Velzard. You should rest, you're tired right now. Where am I? You're in Guy's palace after you fought each other. I fought Guy. Wait, what about Mama? She is unfortunately dead, Milam. Mama. Milam cries for what feels like 10 hours. Shish, Milam, it's okay. Aunt Velzard. Yes, Milam. Can I stay with you for a while? You sure? Don't want to stay with Guy for Ramirez? No, I want Aunt Velzard. Okay, I'll let you stay with me for a while, but you will have to leave at some point, okay? Okay. Good girl. Let's go see Ramirez and Guy. Yeah, let's go. It's good to see you're cheerful again. Hee hee. At the main meeting place. Hi Romulus. Milam, you okay now? Yeah, I'm okay thanks to Aunt Velzard. Good. I want to play for a bit. Okay, let's go play. Yay, Velzard. Oh yes guy, what are you going to do now? Well, Milam said she wants to live with me for a bit. I'd prefer if she was with you guys since you guys are more interactive. I'll also go back to their house and clean up any excuse me. Annoying ants that caused this. I see, should we look after her while you do that? That would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to get Veldora and let him rampage since I am sure he wants to kill those ants as well. Okay, I'll wait for you here and keep Milam busy. Thank you guy. No problem. Small time skip. After I got Veldora I immediately headed to where brother lived. And let Veldora rampage to his heart's content. I'm kind of surprised by how strong he's gotten. I'd say if he put all force into it he could easily beat Yuki when he flung me to the end of space-time. I guess I should also kill any ants as well before he kills them all in this area, although I should preserve their house first. At the house. Damn, it's completely trashed. All the furniture is ripped and flung everywhere. It's got a massive hole where I'm guessing Milam's pet dragon went into a rage and destroyed everything. Sister. Oh, Veldora done already? I destroyed all towns and cities. In the area there is only one left and I was wondering if you wanted to take it. You can have it. I'm going to preserve this house since it's all that's left of them. Okay, I'll go destroy this last town. I'll leave this to you. See you later then, Veldora. Small 15.000 years hee. In these 15.000 years Milam has become a demon lord. Veldora decided annually destroying towns and villages to talk. His rage out and I've decided to start remaking Tempest as such. I called all my friends, Romulus, Milam, Veldora. Hello, I'm sure you're all wondering why I brought you here. You never call a meeting so it's strange, yes. Well, I have decided I am going to create my own country in the Jura forest. My forest? Why? Well, I thought it might be fun. I've just been sitting at my house and occasionally training you. Okay, but why my forest? Since it's the most untouched piece of land. Kuhahahaha, as expected, only the best for sister. Not what I meant, but it works. I'll agree on one condition. And that is, I get to join you. Sure, that's fine, just conceal your Arua. You never taught me to do that. Alright, just think of it as though you're bringing your power inside a jar and putting a lid on it to seal it. I think I get what you mean. Okay, try it. Ha, how's this? It works, it's definitely sealed, but did you need to scream? Why yes. Well anyway, I'm going to go off now. Velzard, are you going to be back soon? Oh Romulus, I will be back. Who knows, I might even become a demon lord for a little bit. Oh, that would be interesting. Also, what are you going to be disguised as? I'll go by Rimuru. See you later, Auntie. See you, Milam. Be sure to come visit. Okay, goodbye for now then. Wait, what about Veldora? Well, no one knows what his human form is, so we just need a new name. I'm terrible with names, so I'll leave that to you, sister. How about Iwamoto? That's good. Kuahahaha, as expected of sister. Amazing at names as well. Well, thank you. At the forest. Sister, do you have any idea on what to do? Yes, I do. Since you concealed your aura, everyone will think you're dead, so races will attack each other to gain domain in Jura Forest as Sue. Since I'm releasing what is considered large aura, weaker races will try to get our favor to help them against everyone else, so we will take the goblins in since they will only try defend, not attacking. Kuhahahaha, as expected of sister to see even that far ahead. Well, I didn't really see that far ahead, I know this as I did it before. Why yeah. Well then sister, let's get to making your queendom. Why yeah. After an hour. There are wolves spying on us, sis. Oh yeah, nothing to worry about, you can just leave them alone. If you say so. Oh look, they left already. 30 minutes later. Sis, you sure this will work? Of course. Oh look, there they are. Gee, great ones, please help us. Us. Why yes, great one. What you need help with? We would like you to help us against the direwolves. They causing you trouble? Why yes, when our god Veldora-sama disappeared, all the races tried to gain dominance over the forest. Well then I guess we have no choice. Really? My thanks, great one. Drop the great one, just call me Rimuru and my brother here Iwamoto. As you wish, Lady Rimuru and Lord Iwamoto. Kuahahaha, sister, I see what you meant now. You truly are the smartest. Our elder wishes to meet with you, Lady Rimuru and Lord Iwamoto. We will come with you then. At the village. Truly is a horrid sight, so many injured goblins. This way please. Yes. In the tent. Great ones, this is the elder. My thanks to you for saving us. In return we will pledge our undying loyalty. I see, we best set up defenses against the wolves, shouldn't we? Why yes Lady Rimuru. The direwolves are here. We're going to die. Silence. Lady Rimuru. I accepted your request to defend your village, and you also pledged your loyalty as such I cannot allow my loyal subjects to die. So set up a fence and get ready for tonight's attack. Why yes Lady Rimuru. Good, let's start with the fence then the weapons. Velzard Pav. After the goblins set up the fence and get all their weapons ready, it was already night time, so I decided to reinforce the fence with ice. However, it looks completely normal as if no ice was to be found. AWO. Oh, it seems they're here. Today we plant UT foothold in the forest of Jura. Once we take these goblins we shall take on even greater foe and stand atop the world. They certainly are ambitious. Oh sister, they're here. So it seems, but they seem to think taking out a single goblin village means they can stand top the world. They are dumb, no one is stronger than sister. Thanks, anyway I'm going to beat these puppies up and teach them a lesson. Okay, I'll leave that to you. The direwolves start charging towards the fence. Oh, they're coming. Goblins, you can start firing now. Alright, the goblins start firing arrows at the direwolf. And they seem to notice some getting stuck, so they leave some alone, and the direwolves also notice, so they stay back. There is weird magic, I'll go in myself. But father, no buts. The elf starts heading towards the goblins and jumps over all the magic on the floor. However, he jumps straight into the frozen air and causes him to lose momentum and falls onto the ice and freezes up, not dying though. Oh, it seems the alpha got caught. Well then the only option for you is to submit or die. Our pack submits to you. Good. Well then let's unfreeze all these wolves. All wolves including the alpha unfez. Wah, father. Quote, what's going on? You got frozen and the human over there unfroze you after we submitted to her. Oh, I see, so we lost to a human and goblins, how infuriating. I'm not a human. I won't say what I am, but I am no human. You're not a human, you say? Yes, I am not a human. Then how can you hide your aura so well? Practice makes perfect, I guess. Any case, our pack submitted to you, so I shall too. Great. First of all let's rest up, then I'll figure out what to do with you early tomorrow, so make sure you're there. Right. The next morning, 6 a.m. Okay, so then I shall name you all. Name us. Are you sure? Of course, name is easy, especially with weaker races such as direwolves and goblins. If you're sure. Great, let's get to naming. FTER naming. The alpha wolf is Riga and his son is Ronga, the goblins chief is Rigard and his son is Rigur. I knew you were strong, but to name so many at the same time and not even feel a little tired is astonishing. As I said, naming so many is not hard at all. So I can see. Also I shall express my thanks once again for my name, Riga. No worries, you're my subordinate, as such I should treat you with care. So I made sure you're at least A+ rank at minimum. I cannot thank you enough for this. No worries. Anyway, can you go get Rigard? I need to speak with him about houses since these are terrible. As you wish. 2 minutes later. My apologizes for being late, Lady Rimuru. No problem. Anyway, I'm going to head over to Dworgen for 10 days maximum to get some artisans to help with the production of the village. I shall manage over the village in your stead then. Good. I'll be leaving with my brother now. Wait, I'm coming too. Well, you said you wanted to join me, so come on. Why? I've also been doing nothing, just wandering the village. I'll have you know I've been doing very important things. Yeah, come on. Velzard grabs Veldora by the ear and drags him to the Intran CE of the village and teleports into Dworgen, the Draven city. Okay, we're in. Hopefully no one notices we teleported inside instead of going through the K. I doubt it, unless the Dwarven King can tell when magic is being activated. It's possible. I've heard he is over 1.000 years old. Oh, he's very old, says you. We're both around 20.000 years old. Anyway, if he does notice us, we can deal with it at that time. Yeah, can I wander around for a few days and see if there is anything interesting? Sure, go ahead. I'll do the same. We can meet up in 3 days' time here. Okay, see you then. 3 days later. Oh brother, you're already here. Yeah, have you noticed the person spying on us? Oh, I have. We can leave them be for now. I see, so you noticed me. Oh, you shown yourself. Of course, this Jew. T proves my suspicion of you two not being ordinary humans. I will have to bring you in to meet the king in 2 days. As long as you make no trouble in those 2 days, you can continue to wonder. We will have to bring you into questioning first though. Oh, that's fine. We're just looking for some artisans, so 2 days delay will be no problem. Glad you're being cooperative. Resisting right now brings no merits to either of us. Indies. At the prison. Sister, it's so boring in here. I know we will leave in a few hours. Captain, the mines collapsed. My brothers are in there. Get some potions quickly. Sir, we ran out. Why now? Us or you want potions, right? Not now. I got some potions here. In this barrel. Indeed, this is a potion, my thanks. You sure, Captain? We have no choice, let's go quickly. 3 hours later, after interrogation. Well, that all checks out. You will be free for the next 2 days, be safe now. You too. That was so boring, sister. It was quite boring, but now we can look for some artisans. I noticed one while I was wandering around. Oh, that's lucky, let's head over there then. Yes, let's go do that, I think it was that way. At the shop. Knock knock. Hello. Quote. I'm coming in. Oh, hello, you're that young lady that saved our skins. Oh, are you the guys that were in the mines? Indeed, we were getting some ore for Kaijin there. Ah, that's a shame. Anyway, mind if I take a request? Quote. Ah, he's busy with his work, Kaijin. Myreed, what's up? This young lady wants a request. I'm sorry, right now I can't take any orders due to a stupid min. Ister asking me to make 20 swords in 1 week, it usually takes a month to do that. Have you completed any yet? Yeah, there is one over there, why? Can I take a look at it? Sure, here you go, thank you, copy. How? Those swords take forever to make, yet you made 19 in a second. I just copied the item. Wait, I'll see if they work the same, if not it's useless. Go ahead, try it out. After testing it, this sword is insane. As a treat, would you like to go to a bar or something? Sure, no problem, I'll let you choose the place, I'm new here. At the bar, conversation. So what was the order you want from me? I'll do it for free as thanks. I want you to teach my people how to craft item and build houses. Since it's a rather long request, I'll of course pay you anyway. Indeed. That is a long task, and teaching others is not something professional craftsmen often do to keep their wares unique. Hey Kaijin, you sure you want to be here relaxing? Minister Vesta, I'll have you know I have already sent them in. And are currently taking another order. Wait, you, as expected of the finest craftsman in Dworgen. Now then, for your next request. I will not be taking any more request as of right now, as I have someone else's order to fulfill right now. Insolence. Who is this person that is ordering your wares? This young lady here. You're quite the beauty, marry me and IKUFF. Don't touch my employer with your dirty hands. Kaijin, you won't get away with this. You sure that was a good idea? At worst we will be 10 years of forced labor. Not too bad then. 10 years goes by as if it were an hour for me. Well then, I guess we should get ready for the guards. Once they're arrested, trial. This place brings back quite a few memories. When I first came here I was just a weak little slime, now I'm a strong dragon, can't wait to see how this goes. Please welcome Our Majesty King Gazel. Everyone other than Veldora and Velzard kneel down. This causes everyone to raise their weapons. Kneel before the king. Silence. But sir, I said silence, carry on the trial. As you wish, this case has been brought up by Prime Minister Vesta, your lawyer may speak. My thanks. As Minister Vesta was enjoying a lovely afternoon drink at Bar, Kaijin and friends stormed into the establishment and beat him up, as you can see. This is boring, I wanna get this over with. I agree, brother. I mean, if you're going to fake harm yourself, at least actually hurt yourself instead of just putting random bandages on. Insolence. This is the second time you have been rude to Hai. Leave it. As you wish, your majesty. Kaijin and his friends' punishment will be decided by me. They will be exiled and will not come back unless I personally see to it. Be but, your majesty. Silence, Vesta. Be but, as you wish. Gazel Pav. Those two are monsters in their own league. Even with my skill I could not even capture a glimpse of their aura. Even humans who have very little MSGI coulées in their body have at least some, but these two had none, not even a tinny bit, which means they're incredibly powerful to cover up magicals to such an extent. I'll deal with Vesta first. He could have just caused our whole kingdom to fall just because of his selfishness. Vesta. Why yes, majesty. Do you know what you could have done to the kingdom due to your selfishness? What do you mean, your majesty? Those two are just weak humans. They're not humans in the slightest, they had no magicals, I mean none, which means they're incredibly powerful to hide them to such an extent. But they're just weak humans, only the man seemed even the slightest bit strong. Vesta. Just because they do not look powerful does not mean they're not powerful. Look at this. This looks like an ordinary potion, your majesty. Look closer. Wait, no way. Is this a 99% full potion? Indeed. How did you get one of these? The best dwarves' technology can only get to 98% at max. That woman gave it us. That woman! Exclamation mark quote. Vesta, first you put our country in danger, but second you almost made us lose having friendly relationships with the first beings to ever create a 99% full potion and also incredibly strong beings. Why, Your Majesty, please forgive me. Today I have lost a loyal retainer. Your Majesty, do not say such things. Kaijin said he would follow those two. He has no loyalty to you. You're mistaken. It was not Kaijin who I lost. Who else, Your Majesty? Please forgive me. Prime Minister Vesta, as of today you're relieved of your duties as minister. I wish to never see your face here against. Where did I go wrong? When I began to be jealous of Kaijin? Maybe before. Velzard Pav. Well then, that was quick time to go home then. Miss Velzard, the exit is over that way. Let's just open a gate there. A gate? Yeah, it's kind of like teleporting except you walk through a portal instead. That's amazing. Kuhahaha, my sister is the best at everything. Hey Vel Iwamoto, keep it down. Sorry. No problem, try not to shout all the time though. Okay. At the Goblin Village. Welcome back Lord Iwamoto, Lady Rimuru. Oh Rigard, good to see you again. Anything new? Yes, we've had 200 more goblins come and seek protection after hearing about you. I guess I have 200 more goblins to name then. Please don't push yourself. Of course 200 goblins is easy task. In fact, I've already named them and they're probably going to fall asleep within the next 30 minutes. As expected of Lady Rimuru. Well anyway, here are the artisans that will help tech you. This one here is Kaijin. Nice to meet ya. Dorm. Nice to finally meet you. Garm. Good to see you. And finally, my road. MH. He can't really speak, but he's good at what he does. I see, it's nice to meet you all. I am the current Goblin Lord under Lady Rimuru. My name is Rigard. It is nice to meet you all. I guess it is a good time for a feast. Indeed it is. I'll leave the prep up to you. Velzard Pav. 5 days later. It's been 5 days since the Dwarven brothers arrived and progress has moved along smoothly. More goblins have joined us, meaning more workers for building houses for more workers. Lady Rimuru. Oh Rigard, what's up? We recently spotted 4 humans in the forest. Who? I'll go check them out. Wait here, I'll send a thought communication if I need anything. As you wish, Lady Rimuru. Shizu Izawa Pav. Akaval, I swear if I die I will come back to haunt you. Muahahaha, that would not be possible as I would be dying with you. From the side 4 humans see. And be seen running away from 6 fire ants which seem to be angry. Kaval, you're a terrible leader. How dare you disrespect me, your gracious leader. As 3 of the 4 humans there is one who sticks out. Shish. He wears a mask and is in all white clothing and has not spoke a single word. Her name is Shizu. As the 4 are running she decides to turn around and draws her sword while getting into a fighting position. Shizu. Eren, stay back. But Shizu. While the other 3 are trying to figure out what to do, Shizu charges at the first and jumps up and stabs it in the head while igniting her sword, causing fire to burn up inside of its head. As she lands, a second ant jumps up and tries to land on top of her, however she jumps to the side and stabs it in the head. With the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th ones they all charge at T. He same times as she causes her flames on her sword to spread out across the floor, burning all remaining ants, as she goes around stabbing them all in the head to make sure they're all dead. The first ant stands up and attacks her, pushing her away and causing the mask to fall off. As it goes in for another attack it suddenly disappeared. Well, that certainly was close. Who? My name is Rimuru, yours. My name is Eren. That disgrace of a leader is Kaval and he's Guido, and this lady here is Shizu. Well miss, it seems you dropped your mask, here you go. Velzard hands the mask over to Shizu. So what are 4 humans doing out here? Well, we are adventurers. We accepted a quest to investigate this forest to confirm Veldora's disappearance. Oh, Veldora you know him. Kinda, let's not get into the details. Anyway, I'm sure you're tired after all. You guys seem to have been running for days and got no supplies. Yeah, thanks to Kaval here we lost all our supplies while getting chased by those ants for 4 days straight. Well, let's head to my village and get you rested. Your village? Yes, I am the leader of it, I suppose you could say. That's impressive, to have made a town so quickly after Veldora's disappearance. Well, since he's not here anymore we can set up a village with no risks. I suppose, but how come we never heard of humans coming into this forest? I'm pretty sure it's off limits. Who said it's a human village? It's not a human village. No, it's got hobgoblins, goblinas, evolved glacial wolves and a few more. That's quite a rare match, though they never heard of glacial wolves before. Oh, that's because I named them, and with my Magicules they evolved into a new race, and since my main affinity is ice they evolved into glacial wolves. That's weird, I've never heard of that happening before. Oh well, we're almost there so you can see them yourself. We will do, since it's a new race of monster. Not really race but type on monster, it'd. Base is still the dire wolves but a different branch of evolution, the ones under my brother are Tempest wolves. Tempest. Yeah, his main affinity is wind. Can't tell them his main affinity is store. Otherwise they might get suspicious about him being Veldora. Oh, I guess I can see where that comes from, they must be quite powerful monsters then. Indeed, the strongest or A+ or special a rank. That's incredibly strong. I suppose it is, isn't it? Oh look, we're here. Whoa, this is already such a large village. It holds around 1.5002.000 citizens. And you're the leader of this place. Since Velzard named them and are much stronger than the original timeline, production is a lot quicker and already have small building but still at early production, so not anything too grand yet. Indeed, the buildings are coming along a lot quicker than I expected. How long ago did you start this village? Oh, around 10-20 days ago. 10-20 days ago. Yeah, anyway, let's go and have some food in the guest tent for now and get you some food. Thank you. Not much of a talker, are you, Shizu? I don't really talk that much. I can see that. Don't worry too much about it, no one here judges by race, age, or even if you're strong or weak. That's quite an ideal village you have here, I'm quite impressed. Well, the first few days weren't easy but it got easier, and not I can expect one house every 2 days. That's very fast. Most villages take 10 days for one house. Well, I got plenty of citizens and all are willing to help and grow the village. They must all respect you if that's the case. I suppose they would. Also, Shizu. Yes. Are you perhaps in pain? Velzard says that while staring right at Shizu's eyes, almost pressuring her. I am in quite a bit of pain, yes. Would you like me to cure your pain? You can do that. That spirit is cause of it, yes. It's not the root cause but it is a large part. I can easily remove that spirit and give you a new one that will not hurt you and will give you quite a bit of power. If it's not too much of a bother, I would like to ask of you to help me. I still need to help those kids back in Ingrasha. Oh, that large human city. Don't think I've ever been there before. It has a religion based on the true dragon Velzard. Apparently there is a legend where she once visited it and helped some of the people build the foundation of the city, however left suddenly. Oh, why, yeah, that's interesting. May I ask of you to help me save the kids at Ingrasha Academy? Sure, no problem at all. Really, thank you so much. Can we start eating now? Oh, Ren, I forgot you guys were here. Sure, eat all you want. Finally, food. Hey, that's mine. And so the rest of the afternoon was the 5 of them eating and chatting away. At night, Shizu's bedroom. Oh, she's fast asleep. Well, I guess I'll do the spirit swapping now then. Seal, if you please. Commencing removal of high spirit, Ifrit, and creation of spirit queen, Tanaquil, successful. Did you really need to create a spirit queen, Seal? Only the best are acceptable. Sigh, well, it works so I won't complain. Morning, leaving. Shizu, are you sure you want to stay here? Yes, I'll stay here since I need to repay a debt to Rimuru here. She's helped me more than I could imagine. Well, if you're sure, don't worry, I'll make sure to keep an eye on her. Also, your equipment is looking quite trash. So mean. Anyway, you guys should take these with you. This is amazing armor. This robe. It has magical defense and enhancer. This sword. It's beyond any I have ever seen. These were made by our blacksmiths and artisans, Kaijin, Myro, Dord and Garm. Wait, you mean, the famous dwarf brothers. Thehyre, known for the best weapons of the century. Quote opening parenthesis. Chuckle, calm down, they're a gift, and also I have a piece of advice. What is it? Maybe stop poking ants' nests and stuff, be more careful. I'm not going to make you another pair if you break them because you were careless. Right, relax, I'm joking. After they left, Velzard and Shizu went back and went to their duties, Velzard looking over how the houses are doing, and Shizu training her new powers. 3 days later, Lady Rimuru. Oh, hi, Rigard, some more news? No, I was just wondering, you never seem to eat. Oh yeah, I suppose I could eat some food. I usually have to cook my own food, so I'll leave that up to you today. Alright, excuse me, my lady. That's fine, I'll see off the expedition party. At the gates, Lady Rimuru. Oh, Gabuto, are you going to eat with us today? Indeed, today we will have a feast. Anyway, what so you think is on the menu today? Probably some grade A bull deer, since everything is migrating south we might only get grade B. Everything's migrating. Indeed it is nothing to worry about though. Just in case, Ranga. You called. Yes, go with them, just in case. As you wish, master. Now then, I think I'll do some training with Veldora today. I might bring Shizu along and see what she's capable of. Veldora, oh sister, what's up? Want to do some training with Shizu today? Really? It's been a few months since we last did some training. Indeed, I'll go get Shizu. Okay, I'll see you later. I'll go to our normal training site. Shizu, can you hear me? Where? Lady Rimuru, calm down, this is a thought communication. Anyway, want to do some training with my brother? Sure, I've not actually met him yet. How you'll be surprised, since I'll be revealing my real identity to you. Real identity? Indeed, come to the gate, I'll come pick you up to take you to my training area. Okay, at the training grounds. Rimuru, yes Shizu, why is there a massive 100-mile crater in the ground? Well, 20.000 years ago me and my brother did some training here and I accidentally hit him with a powerful attack and he was asleep for 2 years before he finally woke up and went back to training. 20.000 years ago. Yes, now then, as for my real identity. I am the one and only Velzard. Wait, the White Ice Dragon. Indeed, I am Veldora's older sister and the one weirdly who has a religion in Ingrasha. Wait, then your brother. That's coming over here. Is Veldora? Yes. Shizu then faints on the spot. She fainted. Oh sister, you're this side. Veldora, hi, I told Shizu who we really are and she fainted. Is that a good idea? Well, it's best to keep a mutual friendship without big secrets, so I revealed my big secret. Well, not my biggest but a big one nonetheless. Oh, she's waking up. Oh, Lady Rimuru, or Velzard. I don't know anymore. Call me whatever you want. I'll stick to Lady Rimuru since I'm more used to it. That's fine. Anyway, let's GE to training. Oh right, that's what we came here for. Indeed, so I'll first let you have a spar against Veldora. You go full strength but Veldora will not go even 1%. Okay, that's fine, just the fact I'm facing the second strongest true dragon is intimidating, but him not using even 1% is a little confusing but also more scary since that is enough to kill me. To your positions. The same start as with Guy's duel with the light, and the battle begins with Shizu charging straight at him while lighting her sword in a golden white flame which also surrounds her body and also releases an aura equal to Calamity class demon lords and slashes at a diagonal at Veldora's chest. However, the flames bounce right off. Guess it won't be that easy. Spirit magic. Sun's wrath. With those words, an even bigger aura and even brighter flames surround her. And she charges again, however this time Veldora moves to counter since the heat of this flame is hotter than a star. She charges and swings again diagonally and Veldora moves to left dodging, but Shizu saw that and spun on her foot doing a 180 on the spot and swung again causing Veldora to jump back, but Shizu doesn't let Veldora breath and leaps forwards pointing the blade at his stomach. Veldora moves his body to the side dodging, however she's still charging with momentum, is unable to stop her attack and gets hit in the stomach while still charging forwards causing her to fall to the ground. However, she didn't lose without hitting Veldora at all since the aura she was releasing along with her flames burnt Veldora's skin and caused the surrounding area to become a heated area hotter than what the fire dragon is capable of. Not bad, you are less of an AoE attacker and more of a 1v1 type. That's good in some cases, but AoE is also quite good. I'll let sister handle that since she's the best at AoE attacks. Panting, well, at least I managed to at least burn you. What burn? I see no burn. Veldora quickly heals the burn and now it looks as if he wasn't even scratched. Hey, that's cheating. Kuhahaha, I did no such thing. Well, good job Shizu. You managed to burn him even if his defenses were lowered to less than 1%, still a good accomplishment. Not even newly evolved true demonlords could do that. Really, I have gotten stronger than I thought I would ever get. Well, you still have ways to go before you're truly strong, but I will help you on your way. Thank you, no problem, but now it's my turn. Quote, did you not hear? I said now it's my turn. I'm going to fight you. Indeed, I'm so dead. After a quick beatdown they all went back to the village. The skill, Spirit Magic. Sun's Wrath increases all magical and physical abilities, and if the user uses fire magic it is increased 20x instead of the normal 5x with everything else due to the star's nature of being hot. Once they returned to the village they were met with 6 ogres in FR. Aunt of them passed out on the floor with Ranga sitting behind then wagging his tail. So much care to explain. When we went out to hunt for meat we ran into these 6 ogres who suddenly attacked us. I was going to call for help but decided to fight them myself first and I made them all faint when I released my aura. Oh, I see. Well, I'll take care of when they wake up. You can go back and rest up for today, you too, Shizu. Thank you, Master. Thank you as well, Lady Rimuru. No problem, I'll stay here for a while. Also, Shizu. Yes. May I see your mask for a moment? Sure, here you go. Please don't lose it. It belonged to my teacher. Sure, it won't break easily since it is capable of surviving time travel after all. Time travel? Indeed, it seems your teacher was a time traveler, and I also think I know who it is. You know my teacher. Hey brother, sister, when you went on a rampage 300 years ago, didn't you say you met an interesting woman who seemed to have time-related affinity and skills? Oh yeah, I didn't catch her name, but she was very strong. She almost had me. Didn't she have a mask like this on her? It was this exact mask, however it was much more powerful back then. Now it's lost most of its power. You fought my teacher. That woman was your teacher. Yeah, she said only one other person ever wore this mask, however he's not here. Oh, so the only other person was a man then. So it was definitely her then. That, he, was me. Chloe time leapt infinite timelines just to save me if I remember correctly, though for me that was more than 20,000 years ago, so it's getting a little difficult to remember that far back, though if need be I'll use perfect memory. I wonder if I've started to become a woman at heart since I only spent 50 years as a man, genderless slime, yet 20,000 years as a woman dragon. Master has become 97% woman in mind. That number is surprisingly high. It's to be expected since you've spent 99.999.98% of your life as a woman. That's true, I suppose. Sister. Oh, sorry, I spaced out. Anyway, yeah, this belongs to a time leaper. Do you know who it might be? Could I meet my teacher again? Calm down, and I believe you've already met her. Who? Does Chloe ring any bells? Chloe. I don't then wait, Chloe Aubert. My student. It's possible. I do remember meeting a woman who matches both of your descriptions. Perfectly, called Chloe Aubert, and she said in the future she will be her student's student. That's just confusing. I guess, you can go rest for now. I'll hang on to this mask for now. I'll also deal WITH these ogres and maybe make some more subordinates while I'm at it. Velzard Pav. After that chat with Veldora and Shizu, I went to where the ogres are currently passed out guest tent. Hello, who's there? Calm down, I am the ruler of this place and I heard you guys attacked my hunting party. You're the ruler, not that masked Majin. No, she is a friend of mine. Now listen. I will not list. End to the words of a friend of that masked Majin. I think you have a misunderstanding. We have no intentions of hurting you. Your friend didn't seem to care when massacring our village with the help of those filthy pigs. She did no such massacre. And how would you know? Because she was here for a week now, so she has had no chance to attack any ogre villages. Prove to us you have no ill will to us. How would I do that? Let us go. I can't do that since you attacked my hunting party, so you will need some sort of punishment. The red-haired ogre grabs their katana's hilt and gets into an attacking position, but a pink-haired ogre steps in front of him. Brother, calm down. I don't think she has any intentions of harming us. Move. No. If you think with a level head, you can see. She clearly has the power to wipe out entire village out, so why would she need to send those orcs when she could do a quick work of it? She has a point, you know. I have no connections with orcs, so why not sit down? You can tell me about these orcs, since from what I've heard this small town is not safe from them. Fine then. One day when we all were having a normal day training doing use work, all sorts of barrage of arrows lit with fire rained down on us. Instantly we all got our weapons and got ready. However, when the invaders arrived, we saw orcs in iron armor. There had to be at least 40,000 of them. We were totally overrun, and me and my sister's father forced us to retreat with the best swordsman, blacksmith, stealth soldier, warlock to survive. Okay, if you want I will help you get revenge on those orcs. You will become a soldier under me if you accept. I will think this through. No need to rush, we're having a party tonight, so you can tell me then if you want. Thank you. No problem. It's up to you if you do want to. Small time skip, afternoon. Seems like everyone is enjoying themselves. Rimuru-sama. No need for the sama, Shizu, we're friends, so drop the formalities. Okay, how were those ogres? They seemed quite distressed. They were restless. Their village had been destroyed by orcs led by a masked Majin, which is why they attacked you. Orcs. But, I thought ogres were stronger than orcs. They had iron armor and 40,000 in number, so I don't think they stood a chance. 40,000. Our village isn't safe then. Yes, if those orcs decided they want Some goblins for a snack they would come here since there are so many in such a small place. Should we evacuate them? No need, we're not going to let the orcs have a chance, we're going to bring the fight to them. Excuse me Lady Rimuru. Oh yes, the leader of the ogres. Yes, I have decided to accept your proposal. My sister has never been so happy since our mother died giving birth to her, so she has been sheltered her whole life. Yet your residents talk with her as if she is one of their own. Great, tomorrow meet me at the main house. I'll give you guys a gift as you're now my subordinates. Thank you, I also have a request. Yes, might this contract stay until we have got our revenge against the orcs, then go our separate ways? No problem, thank you. The next day, main house. So Res, for becoming my subordinates I will give you a gift, I will name you. Name us. Are you sure Lady Rimuru? It's fine, but naming us will cost a lot of magicals. And I have a lot of magicals to spare. We accept, brother. Great, well for the leader your name will be Benimaru, your sister will be Shuna, the swordsman will be Hakuro, the warlock will be Shion, the blacksmith will be Kurobe, and the spy will be Soe. Suddenly a huge amount of magicals exploded inside of the ogres and they evolved into Kijins, all with Demonlord seeds within them. This power, we could easily beat all of the orcs with this. Ho ho, it seems as though we have all gained strength above anything I have ever seen. With this power you will be able to beat the orcs easier, though of course we will not be charging straight into the battlefield since you have only just now gained this strength, so take a few days to train and get to it, then we will hold a strategy meeting to delay with the orcs. Of course Lady Rimuru. Third person Pav. Chiefin, speak. To the west of here there are orcs marching towards us. Orcs. Send a small team to deal with them. How many are there? 2200.000. 200. You have confirmed this fact. Quote. Yes, with magic sense and heat sense, we checked 5 times overall reading 200.000. Impossible. How can that be? Silence. Chieftain. The only thing capable of leading such an army would be an orc lord. Those words hit all of them, as the orc lord is a once every 300-year event where an orc gains abnormal strength and rampage through the land of monsters and humans, and often leads to large kingdoms such as Dworgen and such having to send an elite force to deal with it. However, none have ever made it to rank of demon lord. The highest one has made it as high demon lord seed. Impossible. An orc lord. It's unthinkable. People start to murmur and think of a plan to defend. Is my son here? I have a name, father. Call me Gabble. I have no care for names. Well, what did you call me here for? Quote. Go to the goblin villages and recruit them to help us against this threat. As you wish, father. Velzard's Pav. An orc lord, huh? Indeed, it's said he devours everything, even his allies fear. When we killed one of their own they didn't seem phased, so I thought that might have been it. They seem quite troublesome. This may not have a connection, but just before orcs attacked, Imogen said, I will name you. Of course I turned him down, after all I won't take a name from just anybody. And you think he might have had a grudge against you? It's possible, but I'm not sure. I think his name was Gel, no Gello. Gelamud. Oh Soe. Lady Rimuru, I have brought a report. I saw a envoy of lizardmen going from Goblin Village to Goblin Village, they seem to be recruiting them. I thought this was strange since lizardmen often stay within their lake and never leave. That is strange indeed. Keep an eye on them, they may any day come here. As you wish. Soe then disappears into the shadows. Now then, I'm going to deal with this person spying on me. There is a person spying on you. How come I can't sense them? They're quite strong. You stay here, I will deal with them. As you wish. Velzard then stands up from her chair and then disappears into thin air with no sign of magic or skills. Now then, what would the Black Primordial want with me? I am impressed you sensed me even though I am in the demon realm, and also to come into the demon realm with no difficulties just confirms my suspicion. Thank you for the compliment. Now why are you spying on me? I would merely like to become your subordinate. Well, you're definitely not a weak demon, hence your primordial status. However, if I do accept you as my subordinate, no more spying on me. As you wish. Great. You will be my secretary and will be granted the name Diablo. Diablo then receives enough magicals to rock the entire demon realm, however he quickly sucks them in. His body, so only the primordial demons would be able to sense that he has evolved into a higher true demon lord strong enough to rival Guy Crimson. This power, it seems I have made an excellent choice in becoming your subordinate. Good. Now let's go back and sort things out and also introduce you. As you wish, Lady Rimuru. Back in the human and monster realm. Okay everyone, I have gathered here to introduce you to my new subordinate. His name is Diablo. Hello everyone. Wait, Diablo. It seems we meet again, Lady Shizu. You two know each other. Indeed, one time when I was summoned to this world, Lady Shizu was dispatched to attempt to eliminate me, and I found interest in that mask of hers, so I let her live. Well, good to see that both of you know each other then. Yeah, you're not going to try kill me again, are you? Kufufufu, of course not, Lady Shizu. Well, if he does try kill you, he would be exiled. Okay. For context, in one of the side stories, adventurers were summoned to dispatch a thought to be greater demon. However, the one that summoned them was the demon and killed a few adventurers. However, Diablo was also summoned at the same time and decided to go on an adventure. Ian ended up there, so he decided to play the demon, and Shizu was called down since it was her time to be executed. However, she manages to hold against the demon but was on one knee, so Diablo saves her. Since earlier she managed to defend against one of his attacks with the mask she had, so he took interest and wanted to study her, so he spied on her for around 60 years or so. 2 days time skip. Lady Rimuru. Yes, Rigurd. An envoy from the lizardmen have come and request an audience with you. Okay, I'm coming. At the entrance. You're the leader of this town. Indeed. Don't joke, a human can't be the leader of a town full of goblins. Suddenly a small amount of Diablo's aura starts to release, as clear irritation is seen on his face. However, Velzard decided to release a small amount of her aura, using everyone other than Diablo and Benimaru to fall down, but Benimaru is still on one knee while Diablo fights it with sheer will. As you can see, I am not your everyday monster. Or most of the lizard men faint, so Velzard then brings all of her aura back in instantly and looks like your everyday human again. Oh, they fainted. The remaining lizard men take your leader and don't come back. We won't forget this. Lady Rimuru, I didn't realize you had such a big aura. Oh Shuna, it's not much, but it did the job. Not much. You made brother take knee and he could easily beat an A++ monsters. Hehe. Guy Crimson Pav. Misery. Yes, Guy Sama. You felt those 2 auras recently, yes? Yes, I believe one was from that black one and the other one I do not know the source. The second felt familiar, but it also felt different. Maybe someone I know forcefully changed some of its properties. But only one person I know could do that, and she has a much bigger aura. You know someone who can change the properties of their aura? Yes, you know Velzard, right? I've never met her, but I have heard of her. Yes, well, she is the only person capable of changing its properties and could even use Veldora's storm magic, since she changed the properties of her magicules to that of Veldora's. That is impressive. She could rival you maybe. She is beyond me, as much as I hate to admit it. That is impressive to make even you admit such. Yes, well, she could probably beat me with a flick of her finger. That is impossible though. Well, Veldora took me out with ease and said he can't even scratch Velzard, so it is entirely possible. I hate that it stuck with me for thousands of years, but back to those auras, I feel like I'm going to have another headache. Velzard Pav. Okay, to start the meeting hour, go. Al is how to deal with the Orc Lord and his subordinates. Soe has given me a report saying that 200,000 orcs are present. While I'm sure even one of you could deal with all of them, we will still be careful and send the Kijins in. Any more to add on? Lady Rimuru. Yes, Soe. Someone wishes to speak with you. Who is it? She says she is a dryad. A dryad? They haven't been seen in hundreds of years. Dryads, huh? Let her in. As you wish. Suddenly a leaf petal falls from the sky with a small green aura radiating off it and slowly fall to the table. As it touches, the green aura expands with the leaf, and a lady with white and green clothing appears on the table. Lady Rimuru, my name is Trainee the Dryad, and I have come to request that you defeat the Orc Lord. Velzard Pav. Well, I was planning on it anyway. That makes things easier then. I will take a seat here then. Sure, there are potato chips here if you want some. Thank you. No problem. Anyway, back to the meeting. Anyone have anything to add on? Lady Rimuru, if I may. Benimaru, go on. I would like to personally challenge the Orc Lord. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, if anyone sees the Orc Lord, send a thought communication T. Oh, Benimaru, and send him the coordinates. Right. Soe, before you leave, can you go meet the Lizardmen Chieftain and tell him to expect us in 3 days and also to keep his guard up? As you wish. Meeting dismissed, we will leave tomorrow. Right. Lizardmen Chieftain Pav. Chief, we have an invader, he demands to speak with you. Let him in. But, let him in, you feel this or no? As you wish. Ada. RK blue-haired figure slowly walks in with a dominating aura which if directed at a lizardman could easily suffocate one of them. I apologize for not having any accommodations available, we're in a tight situation right now. No need, I am merely an envoy conveying the words of my master. An envoy? With this strong of an aura? Your master must be strong then. You are wise, indeed my master is of a higher rank. For the message my master gave me, we will arrive here in 3 days and help with the invasion and also to keep your guard up. Keep our guard up. Yes, my master suspects a coup will most likely happen, so he has decided RO come in 3 days, 2 days before he suspects it to happen. A coup, who would? And also he will help us. He has no merits in helping. My master decided to help you see. NCE, if it crushes your village it is possible it will come and attempt to take ours, so it is best to snuff the flame while it's small, as my master said. I see that is indeed wise of them. Expect us in 3 days and keep your guard up. I will take my leave now. Before you go, what is your master's name? Her name is Rimuru. As he says that he fades and the magicules dispersed. That was only a clone. His master must be of incredible strength. The chief then collapses into the throne. I feel as though I have seen a ray of hope. Chiefin, when is Gabble expected back? In 4 days. 4 days. In T that 1 day after Lady Rimuru is expected. And a day after that, no it couldn't be. Is my son truly that foolish? Velzard Pav. 1 day later. Lady Rimuru, we're all ready. Good, we will head out now on the glacial wolves. Also you don't have to sprint, a fast jogging pace will do, after all you guys are plenty fast enough to reach their village in less than 3 hours. As you wish. Let's go then. The glacial wolves move at a fast jogging pace, however no faster than necessary, while Ranga and Raiga, the fastest 2 wolves, do a long guard attacking any A+ monsters around with ease and opening AFE path for the rest of the way, sometimes resting. However 1 day later they finally arrive at the swamp and can see a few orcs littered around, however not too many, mostly scouting orcs. We will dismount here and walk the rest. The wolves can go into the shadows and wait for the battle to begin. Right. They then walk totally the entrance where the chief is waiting and brings him into a room with a throne on top of it, and he sits down on the throne and begins to talk. I suppose you're Lady Rimuru. Indeed, my name is Rimuru. I have come to help with the invasion of the orcs and also to deal with the Orc Lord. The Orc Lord. So it is true then. Yes, the Dryads personally requested that I deal with it. The Dryads. I thought they hadn't been seen in hundreds of years. I suppose the threat the Orc Lord is quite real if the Dryads themselves request for me to deal with it. Are there any more conditions you wish to add on to this proposal? Not as of this moment, however I may have some later on. I see. Then I have no choice than to accept, as we lack the manpower to deal with an Orc Lord. Right then, we will rest up for 2 days, then we will get ready and deal with the orcs. Why subordinates can deal with the scouting orcs, let your soldiers rest for a while. Can your subordinates deal with the orcs? You underestimate them, each one of them could easily dispatch the orcs with minimal difficulties. After feeling the aura from the KNE you call Soe, I would not doubt it, however I feel nothing from you. That is because I can control my aura perfectly. Perfectly, you say? Yes. Now then I will let my soldiers rest up for a while and then we will march on them before they reach here. As you wish. The guest rooms are this way. We only have enough room for 10 as of now. That is no problem. 2 days later. Today is the day the coup is attempted, though I'm surprised Gabble hasn't noticed us here at all. Master, there is a ruckus in the throne room. Ah, that's probably it. So you can deal with it, just don't kill anyone and also show him the aura of the Orc Lord. As you wish. In the throne room. My son, you underestimate the royal guards. Luckily I had a warn. You may attempt this, but to think it would truly happen. Father, you have grown old. I will take the place as chieftain and make the lizardmen tribe stand proud against all races. You're foolish. Lizardmen have boundaries which cannot be broken out of. You stand no chance against the Orc Lord. Suddenly some light tapping is heard from the entrance and a dark blue-haired Kijin walks in, and Saint Ring comes from all walls and trap all the people attempting the coup. Then he pulls out a spherical object which inside can be seen a large menacing orc looking down with an aura dominating over all the lizardmen, however compared to that of Soe's the aura looks as though it is a rabbit and fox with a clear difference in power. This aura is beyond my limits. How did you manage to get so strong? I was given this gift from my master and with hard work I have honed it even further. A gift? Your master can give such power in form of gifts. She is strong enough to be able to put E on the floor with her mere aura and put the strongest of the Kijins on one knee. Her aura is that strong. You felt it? No. I passed out suddenly and didn't know what happened. Well, that happened because my master released her aura. So that woman, she isn't a human. No, she has never told us what she is, but she said she is a human and we're fine with that. Now if you will excuse me, I need to prepare for the fight. Soe then releases all the string and everyone involved in the coup is thrown into cells or exiled while everyone on Velzard's side get their weapons ready and head to the front. Everyone ready? Of course. We have waited long for this. Let's do this. Well then you can all go rampage but don't kill too many, try leave at least 100,000 orcs. Right. Of you go then. The first thing that happens is Benimaru shooting large-scale hell flares completely obliterating all the orcs within the 1/2 mile radius of the explosion, which happens repeatedly while she in with her weapon forged by Kaijin she slams into the ground causing a large earthquake splitting a line through all the orcs, and at the same time Hakuro is running and slicing all the orcs he sees and with the speed he moves at causing any near him to be burnt along with being cut, and Soe moves in the shadows killing a few every now and then, however is looking for the orc lord to signal to Benimaru. ND after a few minutes finds it and sends a thought communication to Benimaru, who instantly stops and runs right through over to it killing some orcs with the pure speed he moves it with the shockwave. And once he arrives he senses a demon charging down onto the battlefield right where Benimaru is standing, so he moves to the side and a demon wearing a witch doctor mask with blue eyes white coda ND hat with a black cane and shouts at all of them for ruining the plan of the Great Gelmud, so Benimaru cuts his arm off with black flame making it so that he can't regenerate while the demon is SC. Reaming in pain, the orc lord in front of him moves and cuts Gelmud's head off and starts eating him. After he finishes eating him his aura starts flaring and a notification from the words of the world said he evolved into Demon Lord Seed Orc Disaster. While this catches them off guard they quickly regain composure and Benimaru reactive his blackface on his sword as he knows a simple hell flare one work on him, so he instead moves that cannot be seen by the eye cuts off both his arms and legs leaving only his head left, while the orc lord doesn't scream in pain, he it seems nothing more than IR. Rotated, however JT's face quickly becomes surprised when it realized it cannot regenerate while the black flame is active, however he has no way of ripping of the part which is ignited, instead he is left with only being it to use Chaos Eater and starts attacking Benimaru with it, however he easily cuts through them and then decides to cut off his head, quickly ending the orc disaster and removing the FFECTS he had on the other orcs, making them drop their weapons and also submit with only a loss of 40,000 and all captains still alive. Well done Benimaru. Thank you Lady Rimuru. No worries, you did great. Of course you too as well Shion and Hakuro. Ho ho, it was no problem Lady Rimuru. Also Lady Rimuru, I have a request. Oh, a request. Yes, I would like to stay by your side as a subordinate. I will gladly accept. I was hoping you would say that. With your insight I'm sure you already knew what would happen. No, not at all. Well, we should head back as we now need to deal with the orcs and the lizardmen. Indeed. Let's go and get that out the way. As you wish. Velzard Pav. As everyone has settled now I will begin. First thing I would like to say is I have no intentions of putting the orcs under any charges of any kind. As they were under the effects of a famine, I believe anyone under the same conditions would do the same as they had done. I suppose no one objects to this. No, have no objections. Are you sure? As I said, I have no problems with it. My plan is to create a nation in which the lizardmen provide water, the goblins provide shelter, the orcs provide manpower, and the ogres provide military. And you're saying we can be a part of this? Of course, although I won't tolerate slackers. We wouldn't dare to even think about that. The orc leader says as all orcs present get on their knees. Great, then what about the lizardmen tribe? We have no objections if all we have to do is share our water, and in return we gain the ogres' protection. Great, Sin. See, I already have the ogres, or I guess now Kijins under my rule. All we have to think about is food. I think we may be able to help with that. Oh trainee, you're saying the Dryads wish to participate in this alliance? Indeed. After seeing how strong Lord Benimaru is, I can only imagine how strong you must be to make him take a knee with only your aura, and so the Dryads would gain much in being under your reign. Under my reign, the Dryads will not take over as leader. Of course not. Well, I suppose that's that then. Anything else to add? Lady Rimuru, I wish to ask of something. Oh, the Lizardman Chieftain. Yes, I would like to send my 2 children over to your town. Your children? Gabaru and the leader of the guard. Indeed, if that would be okay with you. That is fine, you can send them to me any day you wish. I thank you. The lizardmen all join the orcs and get on one knee and bow, then everyone else does the same, leaving only Velzard standing. Great, we will head back with the orcs to my town and begin to put them straight to work. After all, we will need some new houses for them. After sorting out the orcs, some leaving to make their own villages and some going with Velzard. The ones who go with Velzard get named, including the orc generals and the child of the orc lord who once was named, evolved into an orc lord again, however was of a mid-caliber, while the other orcs who OW number 60.000. After some leave evolve into high orcs with the orc generals evolving into lower orc lords. Totaling 5 orc lords, 60.000 high orcs, 300 ogres 20 Keejans, 1.200 lizardmen 50 evolved lizardmen, 200 glacial wolves. 1 primordial demon, 1 human. 2 true dragons, in Velzard's army of monsters demon, human. Okay orcs, this will soon be your new home, first you need to build it so we will beggy. And tomorrow so you can rest up after that long walk so you can sleep anywhere. Right, Lady Rimuru. Oh Shazoo, why are there so many orcs here? Oh we killed the orc lord so I took them in, now we have 5 orc lords. 5, you really are crazy strong. Well, one single orc lord isn't that strong so I decided to get 5 and we might get more if I want to. You may say that Rimuru isn't that blind. To strengthen the cardinal world, however, you have to remember he's spent 20.000 years of his life as an overpowered ice dragon against 49 years as a slime, though quite a strong one he did have to fight. GHT his way to that strength, so as Rimuru he knew the power scaling, but as Velzard it has been 20.000 years since he last had any sort of challenge, which, spoiler alert, will change soon. Sigh, only. You could say a single orc lord isn't enough. Well, I think we were being spied on while Benimaru was fight the orc lord. It was similar to when Diablo was spying on me, however it was someone I know so I left it. Someone was spying on you? Oh yes, it was some demonlords. Maybe the demonlords wanted to make the orc lord evolve into a demonlord and use it as a puppet demon lord. You're smart. Yes, that is most likely what they wanted to do. But isn't that dangerous? Demonlords are not something that can be taken lightly, I know from my experience with one. Oh well, the ones that were spying on us, only one of them were a true demon lord while the others were unevolved. Unevolved or not, they still hold the title of demon lord, which not everyone has the ability to, though you could most likely become a demon lord and have no resistance against it. Maybe, though I plan on having friendly relationships with humans, so having the title of demon lord would make that very hard. Oh, suppose that is true. Oh well, we will figure that out later. I'm going to go to bed for now. Okay, good night Lady Rimuru. 1 month later. Over this past month progression quickly picked up and we're ready a small city. The orcs have completed 2/4 of the planned size and I just picked up some Pegasus flying around Tempest about to land, so I teleport over. Ah Lady Rimuru, it is good to see you again. King Gazel, I didn't expect you here today. Well, I couldn't come formally as that would take forever to arrive over all the bumpy terrain. Yes, I suppose that wouldn't exactly be a pleasant experience. Anyway, this is not the place for talking, so I assume you came for a different reason. You're quick to catch on. Indeed, I am here to ascertain your true nature through swords. If you're sure. Both Gazel and Velzard draw their swords and get into a fighting stance. Gazel is the first time move, hitting with a swing from the left of Velzard, who quickly blocks it and moves the sword up Gazel's sword, bringing it towards the hilt, and Gazel catches on, so he moves backwards and uses a skill and moves too fast for the naked eye. However, for Velzard this is the same as a slug's movement, so she is Ailey blocks all 3 attacks and also hits a counter, sending him backwards 4 meters. However, she didn't use any strength and Gazel could feel that she didn't either. I surrender. You're not an evil monster, I can tell. That's good. Well, let's go have a chat now then. Yes, lead the way. At the meeting spot. So then I'm guessing there is another reason for you coming and visiting us. You're very sharp. I have come to see if we can establish a relationship with your country. So then you acknowledge this is a nation of monsters. Indeed, so you're AWNSER. Well, there will only be profits from this, so I accept. Though we don't have a name for this nation. That is a problem. How about the country of Tempest and this capital of Rimuru? Oi oi Xian, that is great. Wait, hold on. Alright then. This nation will be called Tempest with the capital of Rimuru. Sigh, fine then. Great, I am excited for the future. I will have to leave now as I'm sure some people are beginning to suspect my disappearance. Great, have a nice flight back King Gazel. You to Lady Rimuru. Both then shake hands, confirming the establishment of the nation of Tempest. And then Gazel back for Dworgen. And Rimuru goes back into her house to relax. 3 days later. Rimuru. King Gazel, I didn't expect you here today. Well, I have come with a present. Oh, here it is. Gazel throws down a long roll of fort carpets, and when it unravels, the former minister Vesta is seen passed out inside of it. Of Vesta, are you sure he is quite valuable? I am very sure. Take it as a gift from our nation. I will definitely take him, and then if that's the case, he will be able to produce 99% full potions. You think he is able to? Leave him to his devices for a few days and I'm sure it will be fine. I have no doubt. In his abilities he is the finest researcher Dworgen has ever had, so I expect great things. Vesta. Lady Rimuru. Vesta, good to see you again. Our first meeting was not so pleasant. I am deeply sorry, I hope you forgive me. Don't worry about it. Let's get you straight to work. We already have a research station set up in a cave where Veldora made his home in the past, so it is full of hippocute herbs for you. Alright, I'll go straight to work. 3 months later. This aura, is this Milam? Indeed, Master. Milam decided to visit you since she took part in the Orc Lord project, so she has an excuse to visit. Oh, that's great. I can see Milam again. Velzard the teleports to where Milam landed a few seconds later with a big crash, making a 4 meters wide crater. Milam. Auntie Velzard, your aura is seeping out. Who said you could ruin this hill? It was one of the best viewing spots. Sorry. Lady Rimuru, get back. Shion, Benimaru, Hikuro, and Ranga all charge Tawa. RDS Velzard and Ranga grabs her and puts her on his back and starts running off while Shion and Benimaru attack Milam with Hikuro acting as a reserve. Ranga, put me down. I'm sorry Lady Rimuru, I cannot do that as of now. Sigh. Velzard then puts her legs around Ranga's head, choking him, causing him to stop running, and Velzard gets off and walks back to Milam and just chops her on the head, causing her to whine in pain. Auntie. Quote. Shion, Hikuro, Ranga and Benimaru all just stand there confused. Who said you could ruin my beautiful land? Sorry. I will have to educate you later in not landing so roughly. Crying, sorry. HMPH, next time don't do it. Lady Rimuru, what is your relationship with Demonlord Milam? I'll explain back in town. Gather all the executives. As you wish. Back inside the meeting room. The executives plus Veldora, Shizu and Milam are present. Okay, so all of you are probably wondering what my relationship with Milam is and why she calls me auntie. Well, it's exactly as it seems. I am the White Ice Dragon Velzard and Iwamoto is Veldora. All of them are stunned while Diablo was shook for a second but quickly regained composure and style. NTLY chuckled while Shizu and Veldora just keep doing what they're. Wait, Lady Shizu, you're not at all stunned. Does that mean you already knew? Yes, well, Lady Velzard decided to have Lord Veldora train me, so I already knew. That is incredible, to be personally trained by a true dragon, and the rumored strongest one. Kuhahaha, me the strongest. I can only wish, sister could easily beat 300 me's with no difficulty. Wah, well I guess I could, but I would never want to hurt you, would I? Well, that's a lie, I would hurt you any day with a smile. Sister can be scary sometimes. That's what I thought. This changes a lot of things and also answers a lot of things. What should we call you, Lady Rimuru? Lady Velzard. Anything in private, but Rimuru always in public. As you wish, Lady Velzard. Auntie, come on, I wanna play. Okay, I'll play. Benimaru Pav. After the shock from learning Lady Rimuru is really Lady Velzard, I went back to training with Lady Shizu and Diablo. That was quite a shocker. Yeah, when I first learned about it I fainted apparently. Kufufufu, it is only expected of Lady Velzard, after all her aura not even fully released put a lot of strain on my body. Yeah, that's something I noticed. What rank of demon are you? Kufufu, that will be up to you to find out. Well, you would jade to be at least archdemon since I am stronger than them, and I too. Ka-ni, however you didn't fall, so I wouldn't be too surprised if you were the primordial noir. Kufufu. 2 months later, Velzard Pav. An explosion in the streets. Lady Velzard. Oh Shizu, what's wrong? Lord Rigard punched one of a demon lord's subordinate. Sigh, I am coming. At the explosion. Lady Rimuru. Ouch, Rigard, are you okay? Rigard can be seen with a massive wound on half of his face, leaving large parts of the insides bare for everyone to see, with a fainted body of a beastman behind him. Oh, who is this? He said he wanted to make this city part of Demon Lord Carrion Dom. When I refused, he punched me, so I decided to fight back. Good job. It's a shame that part of the road got damaged, but this will be a quick 1-hour fix by the orcs. Oh yeah, I also need to deal with this guy. Bring him into the meeting room once he's awoken. Of course. Velzard Pav. So then how are you going to explain why you destroyed my road? TCH, you think I am going to AWNSER a lowly human? I'll have you know I am not a human. You think I'm going to believe your lies? He says and smashes the table. Velzard then directs a tinny bit of her aura at the Majin, which causes him to fall to the floor, even though it's a lot less than with the lizardmen, since she is not as pissed off, but still pissed her table was broken. Believe me now? Well then go back, tell your leader da. If he wants to establish friendly relationships with me to come himself. TCH, muttering, I won't let you get away with this. Oh, by the way, what's your name? The Majin ignores Velzard, which piece her off but manages to hold back her aura, but it seems Milam couldn't and is releasing quite a bit of her aura, but the Majin is already too far for it to affect him. Milam, calm down, this will not be the last time we will be seeing him. Okay, auntie. Good girl, I'll have Shuna give you a much bigger dinner. Yay, you're the best auntie. 1 week later. In this week Yum's party and Aren's pa. RTY has arrived and we sorted them out, and now Yum is the champion who defeated the Orc Lord to make us seem as friendly monsters are humans. Lady Rimuru, someone requests a meeting. Oh, who is it? It is another Dryad. She brings a warning. A warning? Does she perhaps mean that thing? Well, even if she does, it is no problem, call a meeting. Of course. Soe says that and jumps into the shadows to call everyone else. Meeting. Okay, what is your name? My name is Tria. I have come to warn about the calamity monster Charybdis has revived. Charybdis. Oh, her. I remember her. That will be no problem. No problem. Yeah, no problem. I will deal with Charybdis since currently only Diablo and Benimaru are capable of defeating her in a 1v1. You speak as though you met them before, Lady Rimuru. Oh, I have. I was there when she formed from Veldora's Magicules. You were there? Yeah, I was in the middle of fighting Veldora when she popped out of Veldora. You fought against THE highest catastrophic class being in existence. He is actually the second strongest, but yes, I did. You defeated him. Oh yeah, I let him hit me with everything, but my magic took it all and I was hit a few times, and when I attacked he was defeated with one full-powered punch. 1 inch. Back to how we will deal with Charybdis. Benimaru and Diablo will stay out of this, since I want to give Charybdis a will again since she seems to have lost it, and the Kijans along with the High Orcs will deal with any of her summoned Megalodons. Right. Great, well, let's get to it. Milam, you can come with me. Yay. Trip with Auntie. Meeting dismissed. Once everyone had left Velzard and Milam went off into the forest while everyone else went off to prepare. Auntie, what are we doing here? I will be summoning new subordinates to make this easier. Velzard says while activating a powerful demon summoning magic circle. This is what their names again? Primordial demons. Right, them. You going to summon them? Yes. Diablo is the Noir Primordial. This magic circle will summon Blanc, John, Violet Primordials. Oh, can I fight them? Can I fight them? No, you're going to let me fight them and then you can pick up a few things. Ah, okay. Now no need to be sad, I'll play with you later. Really? Yes, now quiet down, I'm going to summon them now. Okay. Velzard then proceeds to do as she says and summons all three at the same time, confusing them but quickly regain their composure. And who are you? I am Rimuru, and you are the John Primordial, I take it. You would be correct. Now prove that you're worthy of summoning me and fight me. Quiet down, I still have these two to address. You're quite calm, surprising for a human that summoned 3 primordial demons. Well, first thing I would say is that I'm not a human, and if you become my subordinates you will find out what I am. Who? You think I would accept you to be my master, the Blanc Primordial? You talk as though you're high and mighty. Excuse me, did everyone forget about me? Oh right, Violet, well you 3 want to fight me. HMPH, only I would be enough, but since you're challenging all of us I think we can agree to fight 3 on 1. Well then let's get to it. Velzard moves first and teleports next to John, kicking her a few miles off into a mountain while Blanc uses some death magic, but it has no effect on her, catching Blanc off guard but quickly summons her whip, coating it in a deathly aura, slashing it at Velzard while Violet activates poison magic and rains down small particles of poison onto Velzard. Ho takes no notice as it doesn't affect her either, which just annoyed Violet, seeing as Blanc's magic didn't work either, when suddenly John comes flying at Mach 5, ramming into Velzard, who blocks it a single finger and throws her like a basketball into another mountain, and then activates her ultimate skill, Divine Ice King Cthulhu. And exponential reduces all physical abilities of the primer dial demons, and they almost turn to ice and shocks them all, including John, who again flew back over, however never managed to activate the nuclear magic she was preparing. Well, going to give up. What did you do? Why is my body so cold I can't even move my fingers? Oh well, I used an ultimate skill and reduced your internal temperature to 273 degrees C. An ultimate skill. Even we only have 4 of those. Yet she managed to use one with no problem. I see now, you truly are strong to use an ultimate skill with no restraint. She also managed to block both my poison magic and your magic. Yes, well, going to give up. As humiliating as it is, we have no choice but to accept defeat. We never even managed to make you take a step. Great. Well then let's get to naming. Then Velzard names Al. L3 with John being Carrera, Violet being Ultima and Blanc being Testarossa. You're really impressive. To name 3 primordial demons with no fatigue lose is even harder than using an ultimate skill unrestricted. Now tell us who you are. You said you would if we became your subordinates. Right, that. Just call me Velzard, but in public Rimuru. Vel. They just stare at her in shock, even if it's believed by humans and monsters that Veldora is the strongest true dragon. The primordial demons and angles all know that Velzard is truly the strongest dragon. We're at your service, Lady Velzard. Great, let's head back to my town. Also, you might want to hold your aura in, since with you being named you're now high catastrophic class. Catastrophic. That's right, I need to assign the roles. The roles? Yes. You Carrera will be chief prosecutor. This is basically anyone who breaks the rules will be punished as how you see fit, or I or Diablo and Testarossa can overrule your judgment. As you wish, Lady Velzard. Now then, Ultima, you will be head of the prison guard and you will punish the people who Carrera sends to you, and if I personally send someone to you with no CIFICS on how to punish them, then punish them as you see fit. This will be fun. Thank you, Lady Velzard. And lastly, Testarossa, you will be my secretary. Along with Diablo, you will help me with RS with other nations and sort any problems in my stead, so I expect the most out of you. I will live up to your expectations. Good, let's head back now then, since all this has been sorted out. Right, they make it back into town and Velzard calls a meeting with her subordinates to introduce the new ones. Lady Velzard, who are those 3 demons next to you? These will be some more subordinates. The yellow-haired one is Carrera, the white-haired one is Testarossa and the purple-haired one is Ultima. Their aura seems quite similar to Diablo's aura, but they're of different lineage. Oh, I never told anyone, did I? Diablo and these 3 are the primordial demons. Well, that's that. These 3 will be our new subordinates. Of course, that isn't the only reason I called this meeting. Is there something else? Of course, I would like to offer gifting you all strength. How much strength are you speaking of? Around low-high catastrophic class. A few of them almost FAI. NT, but quickly get back up since they're in front of their queen and feel they cannot be disrespectful to her and faint. Are you sure, Lady Velzard? To give even one person that much strength? It's no problem, I already gave Carrera, Ultima, Testarossa and Diablo high catastrophic strength. So many. Well then, who will take my offer? Benimaru, Xian, Hakuro, Diablo, Geld and Ranga except Will. The others believe they should gain their own strength, while the ones who accepted feel they should get as strong as possible to protect Velzard. Even if she doesn't need protecting, they want to save her the trouble of even needing to lift a finger. Well then, let's get to evolving. I will hold all of your auras and slowly give them back so you can learn to control such a big aura slowly instead of suddenly having all of this aura inside of your body. Right. Velzard then gives those who don't high demon lord seeds and then evolves them into true demon lords and gives each of them 5 ulti mate skills, making them high catastrophic low god class, with Diablo and Benimaru at the extremely low god class. They then all fall down, evolving using their sleep to gather energy to become stronger than 8 of the 10 current demon lords. Leave them for a couple of days. Tomorrow we will visit Charybdis. We're going to do it without them. Yes, Diablo and Benimaru were the ones we originally NNED to keep out anyway, so this has no problem. But what about Geld, Xian, Hakuro and Ranga? Raiga can work in Ranga's place and Shizu can work in the others' places, since I believe she is strong enough to stop training now. Is Shizu strong enough? You will see. Okay. The next day. Lady Velzard. Shizu, good to see you again. How was your training with Veldora? He is really strong. Old only hit 1 attack on him, yet he just brushed it off and did some weird hand signals and said, "Fire style, majestic flame destroyer," and a massive wall of flame came out of his mouth and burnt 4 miles wide. Sigh, what am I going to do with him? It was an amazing fire magic I had never seen before. Do you know where I can learn it? He learned it from a book called a manga, from your old world he once visited. He visited my old world. Yeah, he visited 3 years ago in fact. Anyway, the thing I called you here for JS different. Right, yes, you said it was an emergency so I rushed over. Yes, can you fix my table? A Majin from yesterday broke it. And they managed to get away alive. I was tempted to kill them, but I had to stay strong and hold my figure as head of Tempest. That is impressive. I heard from Veldora he knew broke your table and he was killed on the spot and it took him 300 years to revive himself. Well, I had my reasons. He broke my favorite table. Oh okay, is there anything else? Yes, tomorrow I am going to send you up against Charybdis. Charybdis, isn't that known for being stronger than some demon lords? She was quite nice 400 years ago but for some reason she had her ego taken from her. I think it was from that Rudra Velgrind follows. Rudra, isn't he the ruler of the empire? He did start making an empire 15,000 years ago if I remember correctly. He is very strong. I heard he fought one-on-one with Guy multiple times but it always ended on a draw. Yeah, I remember that it was very underwhelming. Back to Thong with Charybdis, remember not to kill her. I want to give her back her ego since she lost it a while ago. Not kill her. It might be difficult though. I can hardly manage to land one hit on Veldora, who is basically her father. If things get out of hand I will weaken her and leave it to you. That makes me feel better, but how are you going to weaken her? Well, I could use my most powerful ultimate skill and lower her bow. Die temperature to below 273 degrees C, as that is absolute zero, and freeze her completely. She also could have gotten stronger and that might not work, so instead I could use my other skills and then completely weaken her spiritually, which I would have to do since my ultimate skill only works on the physical body but she is a spiritual body. Sounds complicated. It can be unless you have another skill that helps you out in this situation. Seal. Yes, master. What action should I take? Master should just leave it to Shizu Izawa as she is able to handle this. That's comforting, thank you, Seal. Okay, everyone in front of us stands, or I guess flies Charybdis. Don't get carried away and attack her. Leave Charybdis to Shizu, says Velzard, cheering everyone on. Right, everyone shouts back, motivated for the battle ahead. Now then, defeat the foes who stand against us. Velzard finishes. Rah! Everyone screams while charging towards the flying megalodons. Now then, let's sit back and watch this play out, Velzard says while creating a chair out of nowhere and sitting down. Lady Velzard, Shuna says, standing next to Velzard. Yes, Shuna, she replies. Is Shizu going to be alright? I know I already asked before and I'm not saying she's weak or your judgment is low, she says, but is cut off. No need to be so stiff, and yes, Shizu will be alright, after all she isn't your everyday human, Velzard says while thinking back on how Shizu managed to land one single hit on Veldora, who even if with next to no guard is something, even Guy had to go full strength with his sword, hitting in one spot and would undoubtedly faint, maybe even die. Okay, but to fight Charybdis alone, she says, still worried for Shizu. If she gets into a tough spot I will help her out, Velzard says, trying to calm her down. Hitch seems to work but only a little bit. Shizu Pav. Charybdis, even during my prime in the past I doubt I could last even a second, she thinks while drawing her sword, getting into position. Lady Velzard asked not to kill her, so I need to be careful and not get hit but also bring her down, she mutters. Shizu then gathers the courage and jumps up, coating her sword in a white flame, and uses the ultimate skill she gained from fighting Veldora for 3 months, Amaterasu, Lord of Blazing Sun, to make it hotter than the sun's core, which ignites trees in a 100 meters circle around her. However, since she is MPing up towards Charybdis, she starts to feel the flames heat, and by the time Shizu is above her on her back she is practically winning in pain, which catches Shizu off guard as she hasn't even attacked yet. And Charybdis is falling to the ground winning, so Shizu jumps off as Velzard slowly comes walking down and uses another unique skill, Gluttony, and eats her, and separates Charybdis's core. And finds that there is a Majin acting as the host for the core. Ho, Velzard mutters, forgetting that in the original timeline the Majin was tricked into becoming Charybdis's host. Is something wrong, Lady Rimuru? Asks Shuna, worried. No, nothing's wrong, Velzard says, bringing the Majin out of her stomach, which is a sub-skill of Gluttony. This is, Shuna says, looking at the Majin on the floor. The guy who broke my table, Velzard says, and kicks the guy repeatedly, breaking all of his bones. Everyone there makes a mental note to never break their master's tables. Ah, that's nice. Anyway, you over there, you can come out now, Velzard says, looking into the forest at a large beast man. So you noticed me, says the man. Well, you were quite obvious, judging by your looks I would guess you're Demon Lord Carrion. Velzard says while kicking the Majin over towards him. I suppose this guy is yours if you're here then. She continues. Yes, I apologize for my subordinate's idiocracy, he says confidently while inside he is screaming, hoping she doesn't blame him. Ah, no problem, he brought over an old friend, Velzard replies while patting his back, trying to reassure him. An old friend, Carrion says curiously. Charybdis. I once trained her when she had an ego, she lost it a while back so I'm going to return it, Velzard says while asking Seal to return it. You trained the Calamity class Charybdis. They're considered stronger than a high demon lord seed. Carrion says even more scared than before is to be able to train a Calamity class you have to be at least disaster if not catastrophic class. Oh yeah, me and her go a while back, and as for you paying me back for him breaking my table, Velzard says turning the conversation back. Your table, he says confused. Yes, he broke my table when he walked in. Velzard says furious but calms down. How about some relationships between nations? He says trying his best to get on her good side. Just what I was thinking. As for the specifics I believe we should discuss those at a later date, Velzard says wanting to finish this up. As do I, anyway I should head back and teach my subordinate some lesson on not breaking tables, Carrion says while walking away sweating a little. Anyway, Charybdis, your name is kind of long I will change it to Akira, Velzard names Charybdis Shoji meaning bright and clear dawn, in Japanese. Akira then, Ku anti-Velzard, says Aki through thought communication as she is still in stomach. Okay Akira, in private you can Velzard but in public call me Rimuru okay, Velzard says trying to keep her identity a secret. Okay, Akira says wanting to get out. Great then let's head back to Tempest, Velzard says out loud signaling everyone to head back. In Tempest 1 month later. Lady Velzard, Shizu says knocking on Velzard's office door. Come in Shizu, Velzard says letting her in. I have a request, she says a little down. Is it about those kids? Velzard says knowing what is bothering her. Yes I don't want to rush you but she kids only have about 1 or 2 years left until their magicules overflow and kill them, Shizu replies wanting to save the children that were summoned and then abandoned due to being too young and not being able to control the overflowing magicules inside of their bodies from the summoning process. We will leave in 3 days, Velzard says not even lifting her head. Wait really, Shizu says as if seeing a ray of hope. We will take Ranga with us, Velzard says knowing everyone will want to come with her. Ranga, doesn't he still need to train and get grips on his new powers? Shizu says worried that he might lose control of his newfound power. No need to worry, he has already trained it enough to beat lower level true demon lords so around disaster class, Velzard says confident he is strong enough. Thank you, you have no idea how much this means to me. Shizu says almost crying with happiness as she has finally managed to convince herself that the children will be saved. Well, I should start to pack and get Ranga ready, Velzard says while also sending a thought communication to her subordinates to announce her departure with Shizu. 3 days later departure. Good, bye make sure to look after Tempest while I am out. Velzard says while leaving with Ranga, Shizu and the idiot trio Ellen, Cabal, Guido to make her adventurer card to get into Angracia with the children. Lady Rimuru, Shizu says while looking at Velzard who is walking next to Ranga who is running at full speed. Oh yes Shizu, Velzard replies. May I ask how you're going to save the kids? She asks. Well I will take them to a friend of mine who will give them all superior spirits that will calm the raging magicules inside their bodies, that was Ifrit's original job for you however he misunderstood it and it hurt you. So I will make my commands clear when I give them to the children, Velzard says trying to make sure Shizu has no hatred towards Ifrit as he only misunderstood his orders from Demon Lord Leon Cromwell. That's why he gave me Ifrit. I thought he gave him to me so I could be useful I never realized that spirits had that ability, Shizu says starting to understand. But then why did he have Ifrit kill Pina? Shizu says still not completely forgiving Leon. Ifrit took Pina's actions as an act of aggression towards his master and such killed him, say someone called me an idiotic fool. All of my subordinates would most likely torture him especially Diablo who has started to worship me as a god kind of like in Angracia from what you have said, Velzard said clearing it up. Oh that makes sense, if someone did call you that I would help Diablo with doing such, she says admitting it would annoy her for someone to call her savior and friend an idiot. I will not completely forgive him but I will give him a second chance, Shizu says realizing Leon isn't completely a bad guy. Great, now then you 3 inches Velzard says looking at the idiotic trio. The 3 of them say lookin'. G away with Velzard standing behind them and a fire ant's head in her hand. For those that don't get it, the trio stabbed an ant's nest while Shizu and Velzard were talking and Velzard had to clear up their mess. Small 2-day time skip, entrance of Angracia. Hello, Velzard says to the man at the counter with Shizu's mask on and Shizu behind her. And you are? The man says asking for Velzard. SID that she got at Bloomond with the help of the trio. Here you go, my name is Rimuru, Velzard says while handing over her card. A rank adventurer, he says startled by her ranking. Hey, she says try, ing to play it off as other people start to look over after hearing of an A rank. Why you may pass, first I have to check the lady behind you, he says still shocked. Here you go, Shizu says as she hands over her card. See champion, Shizu Izawa, he says almost fainting while other people start to swarm around. So may we pass now? Velzard says trying to get away from all the people swarming her and Shizu. Why yes go on through. He says barely standing up. Thank you, Shizu says while they both leave towards the Freedom Academy's Grandmaster for Rimuru to start teaching and help the students. Meeting room, Grandmaster. These are some unusual statues. Velzard comments on the things around the room such as motorbikes and cars that don't exist in this world. Yuki said that they're things tier in the world he was in before he was summoned here, Shizu replies while also looking at the statues. Knock knock, a knock is heard from the door before it opens revealing a 20-ish-year-old looking young man in a white suit. Hello, my name is Yuki Kagura, he started to introduce himself but slowly stops while looking at Shizu. Teacher, he says startled. Hello Yuki, it has been a while, Shizu replies with warm eyes as if she has just met with a long-lost child. I thought you had died when you disappeared into the Jura forest, he says almost shouting. Thankfully Lady Rimuru here helped me, and I am forever indebted to her, Shizu says while looking towards Velzard who is still looking at the statues not noticing Yuki and Shizu's reunion. Hello Lady Rimuru, Shizu says trying to get her attention. Yes hello, I suppose you're Yuki Kagurazaka yes. Velzard says while noticing Yuki has arrived. It is nice to meet my teacher's savior, I must thank you as I don't know what I would have done if she died, he says while offering to shake hands which Velzard agrees to. It is nice to meet you too, as for why I am here, Shizu told me you have some children here that are close to dying. Velzard says and releases the handshake with Yuki who was sending a mind manipulation magic through touch which wouldn't affect her but still didn't want to seem too powerful so decided to cut the connection to not raise suspicion. Yes this way please, Yuki says a little annoyed that he couldn't complete the spell in time but played it off. Outside the classroom, so this is the class. I can certainly feel the raging magicules, she says studying the students inside the room with magic eyes similar to Milam's, Milam. Yes I can't wait to see them again, I just suddenly left the MOE had if they hate me for leaving them, Shizu says as anxiety suddenly hits her. Calm down Shizu I'm sure they won't hate you, in fact they will most likely miss you, Velzard says trying to see. On them down and opens the door only to have a flame get shot straight her and quickly moves to the side barely acknowledging the attack and moves to the side making Shozu visible to the 6 students. Teacher, all of them shout and run over to hug her and all saying they missed her and were waiting for her to come back. Calm down, I have someone who will help me teach you, Shizu says while Lu King at Velzard who is sitting down in the teacher's chair reading a manga she borrowed off Veldora. Her, says a ginger-haired boy. She seems odd, says a black-haired boy. She looks weak, says a ginger-haired girl. She may look weak but she is definitely not weak, she could beat me with a slap of her hands, Shizu says trying to get the kids to stop insulting the person she respects the most. You're just bluffing teacher, no one can be that strong, says the ginger-haired boy. Yeah, says the other two. Lady Rimuru is there a way to get them to see you in a positive light? Your ID is always W. Orc, Shizu says glad that Diablo isn't here otherwise they would be pulverized and begging to be spared. Well then, today's first lesson will be a test. Velzard says putting her book down and standing up walking toward the children. They all gulp as if they made a bad decision. Ha, such weak intimidation won't work on me, says the ginger boy while sweating a little. Well let's see if that is the case shall we? Says Velzard walking back to the teacher's desk. Ranga, Velzard calls towards her shadow and a large wolf figure appears behind them with a menacing aura causing them all to sit down. First of all let's start. If I call your name you will reply with, here, okay, Velzard says with no AWNSER. Okay, Velzard says again with Ranga increasing his aura. Right, they all shout in unison. Great, let's start with, Kenya Masaki, ginger-haired boy. Here, Ryota Sakaguchi, black-haired boy. Here, Alice Rondo, blonde-haired girl. Here, Gail Gibson, brown-haired boy. Here, Chloe Aubert, black-haired girl. Here, great, then let's start the test, Velzard says while standing up. Why should we do a test when we're thing to die soon anyway? The other teachers Lee, Vei is to do anything, Kenya says with a bored look on his face. Well, it may be called a test but it is really a game, Velzard replies, which sparks their interest. Let's head outside and you will see, Velzard continued. Great, then let's start the game, Velzard says while walking towards the door. Where are we going to play it? Asks Gale while the rest and Shizu walk behind her. Outside in the garden, she answers. While opening the door to the garden. Now then, if you can beat me in 10 minutes you will have the freedom to do anything you want, but if I beat you, you must call me sensei and address me with respect, Velzard says while walking into the middle. Ha, easy, no one but Shizu sensei has ever beaten me. Kenya says with confidence. Save that for if you beat me, Velzard replies with a smile. Do I get a weapon? Kenya asks, still confident. One of these 3 inches, Velzard says, pointing towards a table with a mace, sword and a bow. I choose the sword, Kenya says, picking it up and getting into a position with many holes in it. Shizu, if you please, Velzard says, handing her a sand timer spanning 10 minutes. Okay, Shizu says and moves away. Begin. After waiting for Velzard to move into the TT left field, Shizu says begin and tips the sand timer upside down. Kenya is the first to move, slashing downwards with his sword, letting out a weak flame, however to human standards that is considered power. Full due to being a summon, he has magicals in his body which when summoned doing the teleportry and process magicals we infused into the target's soul, and for younger people it will eventually kill the with the longest lasting 5 years as a summon, but older people are not as affected and often become champions, but Kenya is still not as strong as a champion, so his flames are not even a lighter for Velzard, who easily dodges it even if she didn't need to and keeps dodging for the 10 minutes. Now it's Ryota's turn, who activates his unique skill Berserker, who then changes from his usual attitude to one with a look for blood and pounces at Velzard, who dodges to the side and he smashes into a wall, knocking him out. Next is Gale, who sends a fireball at Velzard, who uses gluttony and eats it, however. That fireball was infuses with all of Gale's magicals, so he falls to the ground exhausted. Next is Alice, who uses a skill to control 3 small plushes and attack her. Velzard considered burning them, but decided against it as it would make Alice cry, so just left it for 10 minutes and they didn't make even a scratch, which makes sense as her skin, while looking soft, is made from the strongest dragon's scales. Lastly is Chloe Aubert, who raises the book she reads, enchanted a water spell which sealed Velzard within, and blades were formed from them which could easily cut a ranked monster's hide, however. With Velzard's overwhelming scales strength along with magic manipulation it has no effect, but Chloe also uses all of her MSGI Kool-Aid's falls to the ground, threatening to tear up, so Velzard comes over to hug her, which makes Chloe happy, which also confuses her as they have never met before. Now then, you must call me Rimuru sensei and respect me, Velzard says while coating herself in water. Rimuru sensei, why are you drowning yourself? Gale asks, concerned. You all made my clothes dirty so I have to clean them, Velzard says while covering her face completely. 2 months later. In these 2 months, they have come to respect Velzard and see her the same way as with Shizu. Chloe especially likes spending time with Velzard. As of right now they're on top of a hill looking over Engracia Kingdom. Velzard senses a dragon in the clouds. Oh, that's strange, Velzard mutters, but then remembers she is holding her aura in on this trip so they don't run away from her. Lady Rimuru, would you like me to deal with this ant that dares roar at you? Ranga says as the dragon flies over with a loud roar that makes the children cover their ears. No need, this will help them see me as a strong person, Velzard replies and turns around. Rimuru sensei, Alice mutters. You guys stay here with Ranga and Shizu, when I return I will give you a reward if you can beat me after I've dealt with the dragon, Velz. Art says while bringing out a manga from her stomach which she stole from Veldora. Isn't that? Ryota shouts as everyone's eyes light up. The next volume, Alice finishes. Whoever day the best when I return will read it, Velzard says while growing white and blue wings and flies into the sky, chancing after the archdragon show is terrorizing the kingdom's borders. Will this be my end? A rich merc. Hans says as the dragon charges up another attack with him at the end of it, and as it releases its attack Velzard flies in front of the attack, absorbing it without using any skills or magic, and then APS it in the face, turning it to dust with the pure shock wave of the slap as she never makes contact with the dragon, killing it, and seeing the merchant thinking this was a good time to make a deal. Some merchants she flies down and makes a deal with him to discuss it further later that night in a restaurant he owns, and makes her way back to the hill. So cool sensei, they all say, impressed by Velzard's strength and durability. Well then let's see who dies the best against me, Velzard says, waiting for them all to attack. The next day, Velzard and the merchant MJ Yormiles talked over dinner and settled on a deal with MJ Yormiles helping advertise Tempest's goods. Today however they're all going on a trip to Romulus the Spirit Queen. Okay children, today we're going on an adventure, Velzard says. Where are we going? Chloe asks while putting her hand up. You will see and probably like it, Velzard says while looking towards Shizu who helps out as a teacher assistant who nods. Shizu sees no problem in this, so we will leave later at lunch, Velzard says and carries on teaching until lunchtime, and they're all teleported by Velzard to a forest area with 2 large doors in front of them. Well, then let's enter, Velzard says and easily moves the doors and walks inside followed by the children and Shizu who are nervous but are prideful to show or admit it. Oya oya, who is this entering Velzard? A mysterious voice suddenly shouts to Velzard who just has a blank look on her face. What are you doing here? Romulus stutters and shows herself in front of Velzard. Rimuru sensei, who is is person, asks Kenya, and why do they call you Velzard? She is Romulus the Spirit Queen and also one of the 10 inches great demonlords, answers Velzard. This small fairy thing is a demon lord? Alice asks with a hint of surprise. She was still never a match for me even in her prime, Velzard says while not entirely wrong. It would be a hard fight as Romulus despite her current look and attitude in her prime could be considered mid-god class or even high god class. As expected, or Rimuru sensei, not even a demon lord could compare to him. Says Ryota. Well anyway Romulus, could you give these guys own spirits, Velzard says as her attention returns back to Romulus who is pulling on her nose annoyed by Velzard's statement. HMPH. Fine, these guys are summons I guess, and that one has the ability to get a hero's egg, Romulus says while pointing towards Kenya. Oh, a hero's egg, that would be impressive, Velzard replies surprised. I'm going to be a hero, Kenya says excitedly. Only if you train your powers properly and not use them against others, then yes you could, Velzard replies, not wanting Kenya to misuse his powers. Also, Romulus says looking at Velzard with eyes that could kill, what is that spirit in that lady's body? Romulus shouts at Velzard as that spirit is not one she created or was created by Veldanava. Anyway let's get to the summoning part, Velzard says trying to move away from Romulus's eyes. Fine, I'll get my answers one day, Romulus mutters as the room changes to a large room with a massive crystal with a platform on top. Well let's get you guys some spirits, Velzard says and brings them up one by one to the summoning platform, with most of them getting greater spirits and Velzard turning them into superior spirits and Kenya getting a spirit of light which is only given to heroes. And finally it was Chloe's turn. Sensei, Chloe says and looks at Velzard. Yes Chloe, Velzard replies. This is going to work right? Chloe says concerned. Don't worry, it will work, Velzard says confidently, and Chloe starts to summon a spirit when suddenly a huge pressure is felt from the ceiling and a spirit in the form of a human forms in the middle of the summoning platform. Who are you? Romulus asks while going in front of Chloe but is ignored by Romulus. I will have to explain to her, Velzard mutters as this mysterious woman stares right into her eyes and Velzard uses a skill to stop time, however as expected it doesn't affect this woman. Velzard, why are you here and not Rimuru? The mysterious woman asks. Chirona, I am Rimuru, your mission was a success. But my carelessness got me sent to the end of time and space. I reversed time and I needed up as Velzard 20.000 years before I was born, and here I am now, Velzard replies to the woman called Chirona. You're Rimuru, and you said my mission was a success. Chirona says and floats over to Velzard and hugs her. Yeah, good to see you too, as Velzard returns the hug. You should probably posse's Chloe and return her memories little by little now, but don't worry, I am stronger than ever, Velzard says releasing the hug. Wait Rimuru-san, Chirona says before possessing Chloe and becoming a Manas again. Yes, what's wrong? Velzard looks at Chirona as she has a worried look on her face. In the previous timeline you turned against us and become the greatest enemy, and I fear you became strong enough to overcome the bounds of time. It's possible he may come over to this timeline, Chirona warns Velzard of the possible upcoming events. Overcome time? Only me brother, and you managed to do that? Velzard mutters as Chirona looks confused. Brother? She asks. Oh right, since I became Velzard I have started to consider the true dragons my family, including Veldanava who died, Velzard answers and looks sad almost. Oh, I guess being one for the majority of your life would change your feelings towards them, Chirona says while also looking down as the man she started to love first in the preview. As timeline tried to kill her and now in the new timeline is a woman while not removing all chance of getting with him or now her it does lower it as she is now a woman she may not have the same feelings towards women now. Well if the other Rimuru does come here then I will deal with it, Velzard says and releases the skill to stop time and Chirona possessed Chloe and started to return her memories of the millions of time leaps she has gone through to save Rimuru. Velzard, are you sure? You just let an unknown spirit into Chloe's body, Ramirez says as she knew Velzard used some skill and talked with it. She isn't unknown to me and we can trust her, Velzard replies and makes Ramirez let her guard down. Well then let's head back, Velzard says and turns around taking them all back after a chat with Ramirez. After a few more months of teaching, Velzard and Shizu head back to Tempest only to run into an unexpected guest. Oh, and who are you? Velzard asks while looking at a tree. I'm impressed you noticed me. But no need to know who I am as you will soon say goodbye, the mysterious person says while lunging at Velzard while Shizu is just standing there shocked even though to both of them shish. Was slow. Shizu is impressed by how powerful she has gotten. Hinata, Shizu finally says shocked. Don't worry Shizu-sensei, I will save you, Hinata says while swinging her sword behind her after Velzard moved to the side too fast for her to see. Velzard however blocks the sword with just one finger and then throws it away with two. You're strong, I will have to use this then, Hinata says while sheathing her sword and putting her hands out in front of her and summoning 5 spirits who she ordered to attack Velzard but they disobeyed and instead tried to hide. What? Hinata mutters confused but shakes it off and instead brings out cards and uses a skill, Astral Bind, which cover Velzard who stands there and doesn't move deciding to take the attack head on. You think you can take this? Disintegration, Hinata shouts while many magic circles form and a beam comes from the sky for 12 seconds before dissipating and a Velzard just standing there. You ruined my damn clothes. Why is it every student of Shizu's ruin my clothes? Velzard complains and covers her clothes with water to wash them. How? Hinata falls to the ground as that was her strongest attack. I can't even save my teacher, Hinata mutters. Hinata, you said you will save me but I have already been saved by Lady Rimuru over there, Shizu says trying to comfort Hinata in her loss. You are not being manipulated by her? Hinata asks. Of course not, she would never do such a thing, Shizu says in a playfully angry tone. Hinata, Velzard calls while walking over. I am sorry I had received information saying that you manipulated Shizu-sensei, Hinata says while bowing down. Ah, no problem. Anyway, for now we will say you killed me but Shizu still didn't go back for now, Velzard says while uncovering herself from the water. Why would you want people to think you died? Shizu asks curiously. Some fun things will happen, Velzard replies while having a smirk on her face. I should warn you that your country is under attack, Hinata says while standing up. Oh, I feel sorry for them, Velzard says while having no hint of worry. Shouldn't you worry for your subordinates' safety? Hinata asks while starting to think that maybe she manipulated Shizu's mind to say those things. Oh, my subordinates are plenty strong enough to handle a few humans, Velzard says and calls Ronga out. This wolf it's strong, Hinata says sensing the threat it poses despite on the outside it looking like a normal monster. He is not even one of the strongest and you can sense at least some of his strength, can you not? Velzard says trying to intimidate. Hinata says she doesn't think of trying to oppose her. Oh, she fainted, Velzard continues. Master, this barrier is made to suck magicules out from it could kill a weaker monster, Ronga warns Velzard. Who snaps her fingers and it disappeared. As expected of Lady Velzard, Shizu compliments Velzard knowing no one can hear them. Well, let's carry on back, I'll change her memories to one where she defeated me, Velzard says while tapping Hinata's head and walks back to Tempest with Shizu. When they arrive they find high orcs picking up bodies of 500 humans who all were slaughtered. Seeing this, Velzard has a smile on her face knowing that her subordinates can handle the country without her. Lady Velzard, Benimaru comes over and kneels. Seems like some humans attacked, Velzard says still with a smile. Indeed, Diablo and Testarossa went to attack their main army, Benimaru continues. We can leave that to them then and clean up the mess they caused, and I suppose this would be a good chance to do Hat Milam keeps trying to get me to do, Velzard mutters the last part but Benimaru, Shizu and Ronga could hear her. What is it that Lady Milam wants you to do if I may be so rude, Benimaru asks while kneeling even further. No need to be stiff, She asked me to become a Demonlord, and since one of them manipulated these humans into attacking, I could kill him and take his throne, Velzard replies. A Demon Lord? Benimaru asks curiously. Yes, anyway, let's call a meeting, shall we, and clear up this mess, Velzard says while walking over the dead bodies towards the meeting room. Lady Velzard. Shuna comes over and bows. Hello Shuna, are you really going to become a Demon Lord? Well, it might be fun. I have been bored these past few thousand years. Wouldn't you be practically demoting yourself though? Most people consider true dragons higher than Demon Lords. You will see, Velzard says and enters the meeting room, and all of her subordinates inside the room stand up and bow. Well, first thing I should ask is, were there any civilian casualties? Velzard asks. There were none, Benimaru replied. As the head of the military, civilian lives are under his protection. Great, then may I ask why you three are here then? Velzard asks while looking at three beastmen, including the one that broke her table. Lady Rimuru, we ask of you to help Lord Carrion, says the tallest woman in the middle as they all kneel. Oh, is something wrong in your country? Asks Velzard. Yes, Lady Milam declared war on Lord Carrion with seemingly no reason to, says the woman to the right of the taller one. Milam, that's not like her, Velzard mutters. I also saw Demon Lord Frey take Lord Carrion after their battle, says the beastman that broke Velzard's table. Frey, Milam actually working with someone? That's new. The direct ion they took Lord Carrion also wasn't to her own domain or Lady Milam's, it was to Demon Lord Clayman's domain. Gistave, the beastman continued. Clayman, I gotta go, says the shorter beast woman. Sufia, if you go we all go together, says the taller woman. Now you two hold it, says Velzard. Carrion is not dead, calm down and think it through properly, she continues. He's not dead, but why would they keep him alive? Asks Sufia. You will find out soon, Velzard replies while standing up from her seat, and a man with a scar on his face comes charging in. Lady Rimuru, I have come to help against Falmouth. It may not be much, but I have 50 soldiers and they're ready. The man named Fuse comes in. He is the guildmaster from the kingdom that Elendito and Kabul comes from. He helped make friendly relationships between their nations. Ah, Fuse thing is we already got rid of them all, Velzard replies and orders Rigard to house the soldiers as they walked for 3 days. Velzard then gets a warning that Gazel's troops are coming on from the sky and goes outside to meet them. Hello King Gazel, Velzard greets. Ah, Lady Rimuru, it is good to see you again. Gazel returns the greeting but then turns towards the forest behind the meeting building and puts his guard up, and multiple beings come from it, and the lead figure takes his hood off, showing a seemingly normal elf. You're that rumored Demon Lord T killed all of the kingdoms of Falmouth's army? He asks looking at Velzard. I am rumored to be a Demon Lord? She asks curiously. It is said that you massacred all of the soldiers with no mercy and wit. No survivors and humans have started to call you a Demon Lord, he replies. Well, I was planning on announcing myself a Demon Lord, but it seems I no longer have to trouble myself with that, Velzard replies with a smile. And with that body I suppose that you have no intentions of meeting me personally, she continues. It seems that you're not all strength, you have some intelligence. Indeed, this is only a humunculus. I would not want to risk my life meeting a rumored Demon Lord, he says, putting high guard up, but that does nothing as from behind Ellen comes from nowhere and hits him in the head with her staff. Father, what are you doing here? She shouts at him. Ellen, ouch ouch ouch, he says, happy but gets hit repeatedly. Erald Grimwald, a duke of elves who hide in the trees, Gazel mutters. Oh, Gazel Dwargo, leader of the dwarves, who like to hide in caves. Erald looks at him, and anyone could clearly see they don't have the best of relationships. As for why I am here, I decided I should investigate the so-called Demon Lord. Now then, I would like to join your meeting, Erald says while breaking the staring contest between him and Gazel. I would like to as well. Gazel also decided to invite himself as well. Okay, then the meeting room can't handle so many people, so we will move to a different meeting room, Velzard says while leading the all towards a white pavilion with open walls and tea garden area, and everyone sits down, so Shuna begins introducing all the guests. First, I would like to welcome our visitors. King Gazel Dwargo from Dworgen, Duke Erald from Sarian, Guildmaster Fuse from Blumend, the 3 Beast Keeters Sufia, Albus and Grugius from Eurazania. Now then, from Tempest we have Lady Rimuru, Magic Lord Diablo, Flare Lord Benimaru, Killer Lord Testarossa, Pain Lord Ultima, Menace Lord Carrera, War Lord Shion, Dragon Lord Gabaru, Barrier Lord Geld, Star Lord Ronga, Mist Lord Zedjan, and lastly, Kuhahahaha, Sister, Veldora comes from nowhere and goes in front of Velzard. Lady Rimuru, is this another subordinate of yours? I saw him when you came to visit but was never introduced, Gazel asks. Sigh, Veldora, what are you doing here? Velzard asks and everyone is shocked and Fuse faints. Koo ha 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 ha. Sister, I am going to that earth place again to get more Managa. Want to come with? Veldora asks, ignoring everyone else there. Sister. Both Gazel and Errol mutter. Lady Rimuru, what does Lord Veldora mean, sister? Gazel asks, mustering up the courage to walk near Veldora, knowing no one would dare to impersonate Veldora, especially someone who is close to someone of high status. Ah, funny thing is I am Velzard, Velzard replies, smiling awkwardly. Everyone that doesn't know either fainted or almost faints, including Fuse, who just woke up after fainting from the shock of Veldora. Lady Velzard, do you think that was a little too blunt? Asks Shuna. Ah, no problem, if need be I'll remove their memories of this and change it, Velzard replies, and suddenly a fly-o-ra fairy hits the glass of the pavilion domed roof. Coo, the fairy grunts and falls down and is caught by Diablo. Velzard, the fairy, or rather Romulus, mutters. Sigh, Romulus, wake up, Velzard says as she flicks the spirit queen's forehead. Huh, Velzard, are you really going to be a demon lord? Asks Romulus. Sure, why not, it might be interesting, Velzard says as everyone else wakes up from fainting and sit back down waiting for them to finish, not daring to talk. Then can I move the entrance to my labyrinth here then? Asks Romulus. No, why not? Asks Romulus, pulling on her nose. We could make a new and better one, Velzard replies. But I don't have the magicals to create a new one, she says sadly. I will give you your adult form then, Velzard says casually, knowing how powerful her true form is. Hey, you do know how hard that would be, right? To give me my adult form you would need to be on par with Lord Veldnava, she says concerned. No problem, come to me after this meeting. Also, can you get me in the next Walpurgis? Velzard asks. Oh yeah, there is a Walpurgis in a week's time, I will ask Guy yo let you in, says Romulus, knowing Velzard doesn't yet want Guy to know what she is doing. Great, then let's continue the meeting. Also Veldora, no I won't, but you could ask Shizu if she wants to see her old world again. Velzard continues, letting Veldora go out, and they resume the meeting. 7 days later. Velzard is officially claimed to be a demon lord and put the blame of the Falmouth massacre onto Veldora and let him release a small amount of his aura which has not been felt in 2 years. And claimed to calm down Veldora and that he is currently residing in Tempest as a guardian, but that was 6 days ago. Right now Velzard is getting ready for Walpurgis later today with Romulus, who Velzard gave her a demon for a subordinate and named it Beretta, and is going to take her with her in Walpurgis along with one of the dryads who were former subordinates, and Velzard is taking Diablo and Starosa with her for the meeting of demon lords. Velzard. Romulus called over and is seen with her new subordinates by her side. Oh Romulus, I suppose it will start soon then? Velzard asks. Yes, I already told Misery where to come and pick us up, she replies. As if on cue, a large menacing door comes from the ground and opens up, revealing a demon with a similar aura to Diablo, Testarossa, Cara and Ultima, and when she saw Diablo and Testarossa she was surprised but quickly regained composure and welcomed them and brought them inside towards a table with 11 seats each to represent the demon lords. And the guest Velzard, who sits down across the table from Guy, who recognized her and began to have a headache. CMG, the 2 primordial demons behind her. No, IMG, she has the other 2 who isn't seen here. Slowly demon lords come in, first as the giant Dagrul, the vampire Roy Valentine, and then the Angel Dino, and then human Leon Cromwell and Harpy Frey, and finally both Clayman and Milam, who has a perp La hint in her eye and isn't jumping around, which is unusual for her, and as they walk in Clayman slaps Milam and then that dimension gets destroyed. Master, calm down, Seal says, trying to calm her down after Clayman hit Milam. That bastard should be lucky I can turn back time, Velzard says, calm down after flaring her aura for 5 days non-stop. Sister, are you okay? Veldora asks as he comes through a portal. I'm fine now, but that bastard slapped Milam, so in going to personally educate him, Velzard says while smiling at Veldora. Well then I will be on my way, Veldora says while running back through his portal. Seal, I will leave the reversing of time to you, Velzard says as she closes her eyes, and when she opens them everything is back to how it was before. Now then everyone, I thank you for accepting my invitation today and declare the beginning of Walpurgis. Clayman says as he sits down and starts going on a rant about Velzard and Carrion conspiring and Milam killing Carrion as an act of keeping the order of demon lords and not to blame her. Hey, Velzard says as she interrupted Clayman. What do you want? Clayman asks as he looks over to her. Can we fight already? I really and to kill you right now, Velzard says with a smile. Fine then, Milam kill her, Clayman says as Milam stands up and jumps at Velzard, who moves to the side to dodge and calls both Diablo and Testaros. Who were behind her to join in the fight and do whatever they want to Clayman, just not to kill him. You think you can beat Milam? Fool, Clayman says as he summons a golem and a fox who Velzard orders not to hurt but to capture it. Well Milam, you always said you wanted to play, so let's play, Velzard says as she erects a barrier around both her and Milam, and they fight with Milam taking the lead. Deactivating her weapon, Asura, and charging in faster than even Guy could see, and clashes swords with Velzard's Sword of Tempest, which is the strongest sword that can cut stars with a single swing. Milam, seeing this sword, jumps back knowing it could heavily injure her to even scratch herself on it. Milam then activates her Stardust generator and uses Drago Nova and sends millions of tiny party Cals that all explode. However, it doesn't even scratch Velzard, who charges in and punches Milam, sending her flying backwards. Milam then activates her God class armor, seeing how powerful Velzard's NFUSED punches are, and if Velzard did infuse she would faint instantly, and after activating it she charges back in and swings her sword towards Velzard's neck, who grabs it and throws it away, leaving Lim with no sword and flies straight at her, activating her Dragon Spirit Hockey into her punch, cracking through the God class armor and causing Milam to faint without using 1% of it. Everyone there is shocked other than her subordinates and Guy, as he saw his similar technique when Milam was going on a rampage. However, before she was much faster as she stopped time, but this time she decided to have own fun with it and play with Milam, as Milam wanted Velzard to. Impossible. Milam, wake up and kill this human. Clayman shouts an order towards Milam. I'll have you know I am not a human, Velzard throws back. Lies. You have no aura and no magicals, and only humans have no aura and magicals. Clayman shouts back, trying to stay standing despite his legs giving way. Velzard then releases a small out of her aura, which causes Clayman to be forced to the floor and cannot even speak, and all the other demon lords heavily burdened but keeping up, but her subordinates have no trouble staying up as are either used to it or are strong enough to withstand the small amount she is releasing. I hope you understand this is not even 1% of my aura, Clayman, and since you slapped Milam I will have to cut you on what not to do, Velzard says, smiling and kicking Clayman, similar to the Beastman that broke her table but with force that could kill Milam in one kick, as she forces his body to remain and his mind to stay sane. Everyone there at that moment made sure to never even touch Milam without permission. Velzard, are you done now? Asks Guy. Guy-san, it's good to see you again, Veldora said. He wouldn't mind playing with you again since only I have the abilities to beat him, Velzard says while still kicking Clayman and activating thought acceleration to its maximum capacity. 1 second equals 3 nonillion years. I'm fine thank you, Guy says, not wanting to be humiliated again. Wait, what do you mean, Velzard? Guy asks Dino, who woke up just as the battle began. You going to tell them? Guy asks Velzard. You're the one who addressed me as Velzard, not Rimuru, says Velzard while throwing Clayman to Testarossa and sitting down waiting for the meeting to end so she can torture Clayman properly. I only realized you were Velzard after you came in here, so how would I know what you're doing? Guy throws back. Fine, I was bored so I told Milam, Ramirez and Veldora that I was going to steal of Veldora's forest to make a nation, and he decided to join me on the trip, Velzard replies, telling Guy the whole story. Only you could make a nation just because you're bored, Guy mutters. Yeah, well, it was fun. I met some holy knight who was fun to play with. I had to change her memories since she found out who I was. I also watched the Orc Lord show and made Charybdis my subordinate. It was much more fun than training Veldora every day and the occasional trip like with that hero that managed to match Veldora, Velzard says while reminiscing on the past few 20,000 years. Great, but what now? You going to become a demon lord, or are you going to stay a independent queendom? Guy asks, hoping she becomes a demon lord so he can get her to help him against Rudra. Milam always wanted me to be a demon lord, so I'll give it a shot, Velzard replies. As she says this, the Harpy Frey decided to step down and also reveals Carrion, who was acting as one of her subordinates, who also decided to step down and serve Milam, believing they are too weak. Seeing how many powerful beings are here, Frey also serves Milam now as well. Now then, I guess that means that the 10 Grest demon lords are now 8 inches, Velzard AYS and makes everyone flinch, and then a portal opens to the side and everyone picks their guard up other than Velzard and her subordinates, and out of it comes Veldora. Kuahahaha, sister, I found a book you might like, Veldora says while floating over towards her. Great, but why couldn't you have waited a little longer? Asks Velzard while giving Hin a death stare. Well, I thought it would be a great book that you would love, Veldora says, trying to not look at her eyes. I'll read it later, for now give it here, Velzard says, and puts her hand out and takes it from him, and then he notices a familiar figure behind Demon Lord Roy. Oh, aren't you that Demon Lord from 300 years ago? Wasn't it Millis? No, Milus, Veldora says as he looks at a maid behind Demon Lord Roy. TCH, I am Luminous Valentine. Stupid lizard, you don't even remember the name of the ruler of a nation you destroyed. Luminous says, looking at him with hatred. Oh yeah, weren't you with that hero that matched me? She was quite impressive, he says, nodding. Veldora, I think you're making her even more mad, Velzard says, slapping him back into the portal he came from and forcefully closing it. At least one of you lizards have manners, says Luminous as she glows a purple color in her clothes change and dismisses Roy and takes a seat where he was. Oh Veldora, he is smart but he doesn't have enough awareness for others, Zard says while apologizing to Luminous for Veldora destroying her nation, and then they start the banquet and go to their respective nations after agreeing on the name 8-star Demon Lord's octagram. Luminous Pav. That Velzard said she played with a holy knight and she found out her true identity and manipulated her memories. If I remember correctly, Hinata said she was going to fight against the rule of monsters, so it is probably Hinata who she played with, Luminous mutters as Roy and Lewis listen in as they continue their work. Lady Luminous, Roy looks at Luminous and bows down to show respect. Speak, Roy, Luminous says, snapping out of her muttering. It is possible that Hinata was manipulated by someone else who sent Hinata to the monster's ruler thinking she was weak. It would make sense as Ince Hinata would never go charging in against a being of unknown strength without bringing multiple troops, and even if she did know of her strength she would still bring some in case she misjudged it, Roy says as he kneels even further. That is true, Hinata is not stupid, she would never look down on an opponent. Even when she found out about me standing at the top she never looked down on me or you two, even though I may look weak, Luminous says and calls Hinata in. For those that don't understand, in the novels when Hinata first found out about Luminous standing at the top she attempted to kill her, since the reason the Holy Church was established was to stand against the ruler of vampires or Luminous. Yes, Lady Luminous, Hinata says while kneeling. Before you attack the ruler of monsters, did anyone tell you anything about her? Asks Luminous. Yes, a merchant told me that my teacher was being manipulated by her, so I charged in. I am starting to suspect that I was manipulated, Hinata finishes. So it was true then, Hinata, Luminous mutters and then calls for Hinata's attention. Yes, Lady Luminous. Don't attack the ruler of monsters, you cannot win. What do you mean? She is just a smaller demon lord. She is not a small demon lord, she is a true dragon and the strongest one at that, and also has the lizard with her. 2 true dragons in one spot. And one is making a nation. Hinata almost shouts. Yes, during Walpurgis she said that she played with a holy knight but she found out who she was, so she manipulated her memories. I believe it was you, yes? Luminous asks. Why yes, I did try to kill the ruler of monsters and I thought I killed her, Hinata mutters. Velzard Pav. Currently I am torturing Clayman and I never disabled thought acceleration once through these 7 days of me torturing him, and I decided it was no longer fun, so I gave him to Ultima and she is giving him the special treatment, which may sound nice but it is the worst punishment and the nicest punishment all Tima herself gives as 500 years of torture, so I will not go into the specifics. Right now we're planning the opening ceremony since I just found out that Milam's country only serves her raw food, so we decided to make her a ceremony, and the best food to try make her followers give her better food, and best way to do that is to invite all the leaders around the continent such as Sarian, Bloomond, Dwarg, On and the demon lords to try them out as well. And named it the opening ceremony. Shuna, is all the food made yet? Asks Velzard. Yes, Lady Velzard, the training of chefs have also gone very well in a ready in case all the food is eaten, replies Shuna confidently. Great, we will open it up to everyone in 5 days' time to make sure everything is ready, and also make sure Milam gets the red carpet tea treatment since this festival was meant for her to taste test it, says Velzard as she remembers Hinata and decided to play with her again. I had decided to play a game with Hinata again, so I borrowed one of the crystal balls that Clayman had in his castle, which I gained control of after I killed him and took his seat. They can be used to record messages or view from the eyes of another crystal ball holder if they're linked. I decided to record a message and send it to Hinata since she is probably contemplating what to do, since Luminous has most likely told Hinata about the mind manipulation thing. Gee, I did on her, or at least she knows it's there but doesn't know how to get it off even if I did use a weaker level of manipulation. Hinata Pav. Currently I am having a meeting with the Master Ruxin Crusaders who are the third highest ranking among knights, with me being second and the 7 days clergy first, even though technically I am the highest ranking knight taking direct orders from Luminous, who is considered god here. The meeting we're having is the rebirth of the Storm Dragon and the rise of a new demon lord. The roads are well maintained and I saw many merchants going in and out of bloom. Und from the Monster Nation, a report is stated, the magical density is slightly higher but not enough to have an effect on the human body. She continues, it gave the impression that Demon Lord Rimuru seeks friendship with the people as she claims. Lightus finishes. Did you see Veldora? Asked Hinata. No, I did not. The sealed cave was closed off and I did not know his location, she replies. I understand. And the urge to panic, says the Master Ruxair. We allowed the birth of a new demon lord, then failed to prevent the revival of the storm dragon, all because someone let them get away, he finishes. Quote, you're being rude, Sair, says the Crusader Renard. Watch it, boy. If you have a problem with Captain Hinata you will have to deal with me, says the Crusader Arnaud. You want to rumble then? UFA. NCY saints are always talking tough like you even know how to get dirty, say the Master Rook Grigori. What did you say? You seem to have a death wish. The saints work under the Western Holy Church, while the Master Rooks work under the papacy of the Holy Empire of Lubelius. Both further the cause of Luminism, but they are hardly on good terms with one another. Only one person can unify them. Are you quite done? Says the Holy Knight Hinata, captain of both the Rooks and Saints. You're free to be rivals, but His Holiness is just behind the veil. This is not the time to be bickering. Yikes, Shiloh. Oak's ready to kill, says the Crusader Fritz. Sair, I await your report next. You witnessed the internal situation in Falmouth, right? Fine, the new King Edward is desperate to expand his strength, there will be a civil war soon. Mark my words, say Sair, he has made contact with a trader from the east to acquire more weapons. I'd heard the succession was peaceful, says Lightus. Kind of. They've been forced to pay Tempest reparations for their invasion. According to the nobles they have been forced to pay more than what the kingdom can pay, finishes Sair. So the new king doesn't want to pay it? Asks Hinata. If he's just taken up the throne he will have to clean up the old king's mess. He's either too nice for his own good, or a thoughtless fool, says Gridori. Perhaps the Demon Lord expected these things to happen, says Hinata. You mean they want to incite a civil war there? Asks Sair. It would be much easier to deal with this if she were trying to subdue Falmouth by force. But she's trickier than that. Rimuru Tempest. There is something that stood out to me. You said that the new King Edward is contacting an Eastern trader. Has he been taking any strange actions? Asks Hinata. Why do you care? You should be concerned about the Demon Lord Rimuru, Sair says, but is cut off. Because I'm curious, Hinata says. That man gave me false information. Glenda, did you hear anything out the Eastern merchant in the trade city? Asks Sair, bored. Good question. As far as I know there hasn't been anything unusual, says the Rook Glenda. But if the chief knight is so concerned I can have a look. Good. Please do so. Be through and skeptical, says Hinata. No worries. Glenda says, grinning. She doesn't respect me. Discipline has slipped somewhat. I'm not surprised. They don't know that Luminous exists in flesh and blood. Those are the reports. Any notes? Ask Hinata. May I? Ask the Crusader Bacchus. The effect of the Storm Dragon is smaller than expected. In older writings it is S8 that he is extremely combative and violent. Let us hope this is not merely the calm before the storm. I'm not worried, say Hinata. Oh, I received an oracle from Luminous. Only Demon Lord Rimuru can manage the Storm Dragon, says Hinata. Therefore you must not interfere with Demon Lord Rimuru, finishes Hinata. Fine, I know Demon Lords are untouchable, but that's just for show, right? We're the 10 great saints. We're not inferior to any Demon Lord, says Sair. Also, if Demon Lord Rimuru is manipulating Falmouth, that means abandoning its people, says the Lightus. That's not true, Lightus. The nation is merely caught in a civil war. It may result in the head of the kingdom changing. But to intercede would be engaging in internal politics, say Hinata. What will we do then? Rimuru, I'd already hostile to you before any talk of what we might do, isn't she? Says Gridori. That's a good point. We can't forget you tried to kill her, says Glenda. You can't be surprised if she wants revenge. Good point. So before we get into hostilities I would like to have a conversation with her, says Hinata. That's insane, says Sair. It's too dangerous, says Arno. What if all the monsters under her attacked you all at once? Says Fritz. Calm down first, I would like to know what Hinata says, but was interrupted. Ah, there you are. I am Archbishop Rayheim of Falmouth. From Falmouth. Oh, one of the survivors, Sayre says. I called him here to speak the truth, says Hinata. The circumstances of the Storm Dragon's revival is being spoken of in rumor are all too unnatural. I suspect that Demon Lord Rimuru is spreading misinformation, says Hinata. Will you yell us the truth, Archbishop? I was a fool. Two people walked up and with a single swipe everyone died. They turned to dust instantly. He says, covering his bald head and kneeling with his eyes wide and tears falling from them. An army of 20,000 just by 2 people. It must be a joke. It's as if he's a true demon lord. So she is indeed awakened. Rimuru. So what's the plan? She is an awakened demon lord, not a seed. If we don't do something, he could turn into a second lord of darkness or destroyer. Says Sayre. If he desires peace with humanity, he shouldn't want to fight, say Hinata. But if it's true that she eliminate 20,000 soldiers without blinking, she is a threat. I'm not sure we can simply trust Demon Lord Rimuru's word, says Fritz. Quiet everyone. The oracle is absolute. In any case, you will not antagonize Rimuru Rayheim. Any other messages? He panics and falls on the floor and 7 people come from behind him. The 7 days, Hinata mutters. The 7 days clergy, says Sayre. What brings you here today? Hinata asks. Rotten or not, they have long served Lubilius. Their word carries much power. This could be trouble. I just wanted to wrap things up neatly. Ha ha ha, don't be so way of us, Hinata. We're simply concerned for the fate of Lubilius and our dear disciple, the lead one says. Now Rayheim, were there any messages? Message. Well, I am in possession of this item, he says and brings out a small orb. I believe it is a message from Demon Lord Rimuru to Lady Hinata. What a surprise, I'll take you on. You and me one-on-one, say Velzard through the crystal ball. That's it, asks Lytus. Give me the order, Lady Hinata. I will lead a team to crush that wicked demon lord's ambitions. Shouts Fritz. How stupid are you? He is an awakened demon lord. If he wants solo combat, we obviously leave it to Chief, says Sayre. What? And there's the Storm Dragon. If we lead a company to vanquish him, it could turn into a war that engulfs the Western nations, says Lytus. It's simply too risky to throw manpower against then and expect it to work, says Bacchus. It was too short. If this was to signify our revenge against me, it's much too simple and direct compared to her strategy against Falmouth. It doesn't seem like Rimuru to me. Perhaps it's someone else's plot at work. Oh dear, I've been singles out. So I'll have to go and explain myself, says Hinata. But my lady, and if Rimuru desires it, I am not opposed to single combat. It's too dangerous. Just knowing that the Demon Lord wishes you harm means that it would be nothing more than wandering into his trap, says Cardinal Nicholas, chief consul of the papacy. That message was too short to comprehend his true intent. So I ought to meet and speak with him, don't you think? Says Hinata. But, a wise decision, says one of the 7 days. You should be able to defeat Rimuru. But don't forget he is accompanied by a great dragon, says another. Even you are no match for that thing. But I have no concern. We gift you this, says a 7 days as a light glows and a sword appears, the Dragon Buster. Take this mighty weapon. If it is needed, this sword will protect you. Their plot is quite transparent. They're so desperate to eliminate Veldora. No, to eliminate me, the only other person who receives luminous favor. You're on charge while I'm gone, Renard. Yes, my lady. I humbly accept this gift from the 7 days clergy. This meeting is adjourned. You have your duties to see to as best you can, says Hinata and walks out. Velzard Pav. Lady Velzard. According to a report from Nanso, no one has been detected leaving the city of Lubilius. Also, Hinata Sakaguchi has departed from the kingdom of Angracia, says Gab. Iru's sister, who now works for Soka, she has not taken anyone with her, but based on her heading she appears to be making for Tempest. Smirk, keep an eye on her but don't be seen under any circumstances, says Velzard, taste testing the last of the food. As you wish, Lady Velzard, says Soka as she disappears into the shadows to spy on Hinata. Master, it seems that he has started to move, says Seal through thought communication. That will be trouble, though great experience for my subordinates if he does arise, says Velzard in her thoughts, though if he does come back they will also follow. I don't think my subordinates alone would be able to deal with it, If I need to I could send Veldora who would probably be evenly matched with only experience setting them apart, she finishes. Later that day, Hinata Pav. I was riding my horse down one of Blumen's roads on the way to Tempest when I heard my name being called from behind, and when I turned around I saw Fritz, Lightus, Bacchus and Arnaud. Getting a head start or ya? Asks Fritz. What are you doing here? Asked Hinata. The message never said you had to come alone, and anyway Sarah and Glenda are holding down the fort, and why way isn't Blumen much busier? I mean before it had a lot of people wondering, but never this many people, and they've all got massive smiles on their faces, says Lightus. Yeah, also what's is that food? Ramen. Raiden. Asks Arnaud. What do you think, Lady Hi Lady Hinata? Lightus was asking, but when she looks at Hinata she is in a cave for ramen with some drool coming out of her mouth. Lady Hinata, I have never seen you so excited before. Do you know this ramen? Asks Bacchus. It is food from my homeland, says Hinata while cleaning herself up. After a while they sit down at a table to and order. Hinata orders a ramen and the rest follow, not knowing any of the food on the menu. This is amazing. How has this kept away from us for so long? This is truly amazing. They all compliment it. While Hinata sits there with a smug face and carries on eating, and then they set on their way to Tempest once again and find a place to spend the night, and the comfort is so surprising they all sleep. Asked when they were meant to and move at a faster pace, but when they get halfway to Tempest a goblin appears from the shadows, catching them all off guard. You don't need to be so scared. I am just here under Lady Rimuru's order, says the goblin, panicking. Being as to her we will talk then, says Hinata, but is interrupted by some explosions off to the side and 4 of the crusaders go to check it out, and Hinata stays there confused as she can see that they are holy knights from the church, but she never ordered them to attack. Oh, it seems someone brought an army ROR 1-on-1, says Velzard behind Nata, who she never sensed, and instantly brings up her full guard. I don't know why they disobeyed my orders to stand down, but it seems either Sarah or Glenda wanted a war, says Hinata, who is currently shaking as Luminous had told her that Rimuru is actually Velzard, the strongest true dragon, and behind her is a red-haired ogre-looking monster, but the aura he radiates is 1000x greater than an ogre, and a black-haired demon with a red stripe who gives off a much greater aura than an archdemon who could destroy a country on their own, who she suspects is a primordial demon who even unnamed can rival even true demon lords. So then they are also blaming me about killing Rayheim then, says Velzard. Killing Rayheim? Hinata mutters confused. Kufufu, it seems you don't understand. One of your Suber Donates blamed us for killing Rayheim in an attempt to start a war between the Holy Church and Tempest, says Diablo the Black Primordial. They may want a war, but IWIHX to settle things peacefully. I hope you can forgive the church for our impudence, says Hinata, and bows who one of Hinata's subordinates sees. Arnaud's Pav. As soon as we made it over to the battle I saw goblins fighting knights of the Holy Church. At first I tried to stop the knights since we don't want a war yet, but when I was trying to stop one of them, one of the 7 days clergy appeared and told me that Luminous Valentine had been killed and that Hinata was suspected of working with her and to go kill her, as she was also suspected of working with Demon Lord Rimuru. So I went to see for myself to see if this was true, and I saw her bowing before Rimuru and knew it was true, and so I went to stab her in the back, and as I did I suddenly felt as though I did the wrong thing. Oh, and who might you be? Asked Velzard, looking down at Arnaud, who had just stabbed Hinata. Hinata says as she falls over, and as she does a crack in the sky appears and Luminous Valentine comes out of it, and instantly all the knights kneeled and the 7 days clergy appeared at the front. God Ruminous, you have not abandoned, the lead one was about to say but was interrupted. Shut up, Luminous shouts and kills them. All of them are frozen, not understanding what is happening. Gee, God Ruminous, what are you doing? Us, your most faithful followers, the 7 days clergy, have done everything for you, why must you kill us? Asks a second. Faithful followers? Don't joke. If you were truly faithful you wouldn't declare war on Tempest. Even I could not win against their ruler's subordinates, much less the ruler themselves. Shouts Luminous, killing the rest of the soldiers and the 7 days, leaving only the Crusaders and Hinata alive, making this day be known as Divine Judgment. Gee, God Ruminous? Asks Lightus, hiding behind Bacchus. Lady Velzard, do you mind if we have a meeting in your city? Asks Luminous. Oh sure, don't mind. I only said to have a one-on-one with Hinata to have peaceful relations anyway, says Velzard, leading them in. You can set up the meeting, I will try to revive Hinata, says Luminous, walking over to Hinata and using Lustful King Asmodeus to try revive her soul, but Velzard moves her out the way and taps Hinata's head, who then glows and is revived. How? Hinata asks, looking up. Oh Lady Luminous, thank you, Hinata says, looking at Luminous. It is not me you should be thanking, say Luminous, who then stands up to thank Velzard, who had already left. Velzard Pav. After I revived Hinata, I teleported to the meeting room and set it all up and had Shuna lead the guests in as she acts as the head maid. After she let them in. They sat down, we then had our meeting begin. So then what is it you wanted to talk about, Luminous? Velzard says, which takes the Crusaders off guard as they know her as the god Ruminous. Wait, Lumen. Aus Valentine as on the demon lord that the church was made to defend against. Asks Lightus, scared almost. Yes, god Ruminous is Luminous. Now that you know this, you must either submit to her rule or you will have to die, says Hinata, glaring at them, giving them only one choice. We submit, they all say in sync. Good. As for what I wanted before they rudely interrupted was for a treaty between nations. Says Luminous, who also glares at the Crusaders, making them flinch. How about a trade and mutual defense treaty? Offers Velzard. A mutual defense treaty? What would you gain to profit from that? You, our subordinates alone could topple even the largest of nations, including my own, says Luminous curiously. Well, my subordinates can't defeat everyone even if they all reach their full potential, says Velzard, and if you reach your full potential you could defeat them, so a mutual defense treaty could mean getting another strong friend to help protect us if you do reach it, finishes Velzard. I do see your point there. And for the trade agreement that would profit us both, as you have an abundance of hippocute herbs along with high potions while we have materials such as steel, magic steel and so on. I see no downsides, says Luminous as she and Velzard stand up and shake hands, signaling another friendly relationship with another country, and now it is time to finish the preparations for the opening festival. Masayuki Pav. 3 years ago was when I first came to this world, and 3 years ago was when this fake me had first appeared. I was on my way home from school after I had finished. And I thought I heard a noise behind me, so I turned around and I saw a fountain and large people with muscles, people with staffs. It was as if I was in a fantasy world. I turned around again to say if I could go back, but all I saw was a bar, so I decided to go in, but I bumped into a woman who was running out asking for help and then hid behind me, and then I saw a massive guy standing above me with a huge claymore. Who the hell ate you? The guy asks drunkenly. Poor boy, that man is a B-ranked adventurer, right? That boy's is so dead. Hi. Masayuki said, feeling extremely intimidated. Get out of my way. He says, then swings his sword, but Masayuki wouldn't move as he for some reason felt courageous and wanted to protect the lady, and as the sword was about to hit his neck he oved forwards and punched him in the stomach, sending him back inside the bar. Who is that boy? He managed to take out a B-ranked easily. Is that the hero? It must be. Then suddenly Masayuki wrote something inside of his head saying, individual Masayuki has gained unique skill, Chosen One. Continuing. Effects of Chosen One Heroes Hockey, a passive aura of positivity making all believe individual to be the greatest. Continuing. Effects of Chosen One Heroes Charisma, individual's charisma is raised drastically and gives all around him a boost in charisma along with targeted individual. Continuing. Effects of Chosen One Heroes Action gives individual the boost in confidence to take action to do what individual believes is the best cause of action. Continuing. Effects of Chosen on Her O's Blessing give individual the ability to give a blessing to party members, subordinates, raising all stats and giving each a unique skill of their own to use. Higher one's abilities are the higher one's targeted individual's skills are. What is this? Did I really get summoned to another world? But where is the king that is meant to give me advice? Also, do I have to fight a demon lord or a super powerful dragon or something? Masayuki thinks as his mind goes all over the place after hearing this notification from inside his head. That was 3 years ago. In these 3 years I have gained 3 party members, namely, Jinrai, the man who I punched, Bernie, who was looking for a party and was introduced to me by the Free Guild, and Ju, who at first called me a scumbag but soon worshipped me and my party is currently called the Shinning, and we quickly made our way up to a ranked party and we never lost a battle. As for our abilities, Jinrai is C+, but with abilities of B. Bernie is A rank. Ju is B rank. Masayuki is A+ rank and is a champion. 3 are close to evolving to Hero Saints, which is the second highest human evolutions, with Masayuki being Human Saint already. With Jinrai's abilities and Bernie's training they could easily and safely clear all missions they took on, with Bernie also being an Otherworlder. With Masayuki they also got on very well, and their most recent mission from Yuki was to Avenue slave beastmen who were kidnapped from the Jura forest, and the king from the country they saved them from requested they take the beastmen to the Jura forest as they were too scared to enter a on Lord's territory, and they paid Masayuki's party twice the amount agreed upon, so they quickly agreed, but Yuki didn't want them to go, but Burniju and Jinrai thought that Masayuki could take down even the strongest demon lord due to the effects of his skill. Chosen one, everyone thinks he is the greatest. Along with the effect of it, he has incredible luck, but against someone who transcends luck, such as true demon lords, he is nothing but child's play. Masayuki-sama is the greatest, no demon lord could ever hope to touch him, says Ju while jumping at Yuki. Maybe, but did you forget that the demon lord's territory who you are entering fought evenly with Hinata Sakaguchi? Yuki throws back. Ha, you think that she could beat Masayuki-sama? He could beat her up with no difficulty. She shouts back. Fine fine, just don't die, Yuki says, giving up. Sigh, I don't want to do this. I wish if God was real he would send me back to Japan, Masayuki says in his mind, but steels himself as no thing so far has gone wrong, so why would it begin now? Ha ha ha. Velzard Pav. These past few days have gone smoothly, only 2 more days till we open up to the rest of the world. Some nobles have alr. Ed arrived ahead of time, as Tempest is already a worldwide name, not just due to the fact that its ruler is a demon lord, but because of its comfort and luxury it provides even its commoners and its trade with Urizania, giving them abundance of fresh fruits for beer, wine, so on so forth. It also has the best food with foods from the other worlds such as ramen, pizza, burgers, even chips and cereal. Along with foods from this world such as meat from megalodons and great bull deer, which is considered noble food, which is sold cheap to commoner due to being in a forest full of monsters from F2. Special, unless you include Velzard's subordinates or Velzard herself, but they're all held back by the guard, who are goblins infused with the glacial wolves, which are basically just goblin bodies at ache to the wolves with their legs inside the wolf's body, but it makes it harder to knock the goblin off the wolf, and they can attack in sync, and since each goblin and wolf have their partners, they each avenue their own style of fighting, so they can coordinate everything, making them effective fighters, and since they have 2,000 goblins and 5,000 wolves, they work as a good advance force for if war is ever needed. You may have noticed I often lose track of what I'm writing and end up writing useless stuff such as that, but it could also explain stuff for anime watchers only, so I guess it's not completely useless. Lady Velzard, says Soe, appearing from the shadows, kneeling. What's wrong? It seems that a human champion and his party is headed to Tempest, Soe says. Oh, and what is his name? Asks Velzard. Masayuki. His party's name is the Shining, being an A-rank party, Soe answers. Oh, Masayuki, didn't Kenya say something about him? Right, the lightning flash hero Masayuki, Velzard says, remembering what Kenya was talking about during a picnic they all took while she was teaching. I should also probably pick those kids up since Yuki did say I could bring them for the festival, she mutters. Would you like us to do something? Asks Soe. Yes, you can bring him to me, since if a champion is headed for Tempest we can't just ignore it, as humans consider champions possible candidate. As for heroes, Velzard says as Soe disappears to bring the news to Masayuki and brings him to meeting, which after 2 hours they arrive. I suppose you're the champion, Masayuki and his party. Velzard SKS, looking at the blonde boy with yellow clothing. Oi, kneel before Masayuki, says Jinrai. Kneel. Why should I kneel to a champion? I would only ever kneel to my older brother, and even then I wou. LDB hesitant, Velzard says while her subordinates leak some of their aura, causing the 3 behind Masayuki to fall flat, but Masayuki on one knee forcing him to kneel. I ask for your forgiveness in Jinrai actions, says Masayuki, trying to keep from falling to the ground, since if he does then he believes his whole support network would leave him believing he is weak, not knowing the effects of the skill chosen one. Masayuki-sama, Jinrai mutters and starts tearing up, believing he caused trouble for Masayuki and him having to clear up his mess. Diablo, she and your aura is seeping out, Velzard AYS, and they quickly bring it back in, and Masayuki's party could breath again, and Masayuki stood back up again, and then Ju challenged Velzard to fight to the death, being Masayuki vs Velzard, who accept Ted under the condition they did it at the arena during the festival, and they left, leaving Diablo, Shion and Velzard in the room. Lady Velzard, may I have the honor of playing with these foolish humans? Diablo says with a smile, but his aura could tell you everything. No, please let me have this honor, says Shion, holding the hilt of her claymore, which steals the souls of anyone it kills, and Shion can manipulate what happens to them. I'll take care of this. After all, I had accepted, didn't I? If they wish to fight I will fight, if they wish to die I will kill them, Velzard says with a smile, but ECIDED against killing them, since they could be useful in the future due to their status as champions. Velzard could make Masayuki have many favors owed, and then she could manipulate the whole world. using Masayuki alone if she so wanted without having to do anything herself, though she would only use Masayuki against the Empire. Masayuki Pav. Crap, what do I do? Ju just got me into a fight against that demon lord. Her subordinate's strengths were nothing to laugh at either. Those auras were so large I only survived because of my hero's haki, which gives me a positive effect, but EV. And that stood no chance against those auras, and I felt like they were still holding back. I am going to die today. Nope. I want to run. Curse you, Ju. They won't let me out of their sight either, so I can't run away. I have no choice but to fight that demon lord. And in front of so many people as well. My whole harrowing career has met its end, hasn't it? Velzard Pav. 2 days after Masayuki and his party left and practically declared war on me, the festival has officially started, with the first people arriving being nobles from all different countries. They were all boring and none of the particularly strong, with a few ranking guards with them. Quite a few also were looking at me lustfully, but Xian and Diablo's glare scared them and them left instantly without even greeting their host. Such rude people, I must say. As I was starting to get bored, a familiar face appeared. You sure look bored, Lady Velzard, greeted Gazel. Ah, King Gazel, it has been a while. These guys are all too boring. None of them are strong or interesting, replies Velzard. Haha, well, that is the life for the strong and wise, unfortunately, Gazel says in agreement. Anyway, you saved me a special seat, right? Why would I do that? Velzard replies. Ha, that's just like you. Anyways, have a fun time, he says as he walks away. I suppose I should start the banquet now that people have settled down. We have prepared this feast perfectly, and so I shall try my best to make this speech good. I will start off with saying it is my pleasure to welcome you all here today. As you may know, my name is the Demon Lord Rimuru. I would like today to be free from serious topics and instead direct you towards our nation's dishes, to which I hope you will enjoy. Long speeches aren't really my strong point, so I apologize for keeping it short. And let the party begin. Velzard announces, and the food servers all come in and serve the food in a polite manner and full of sincerity. Each table was assigned waiters and were strictly by Vesta. Everything had been laid out perfectly fitting to show their intense education. I called for a toast and finished my greetings. The eve of the festival had been put to motion. Gas. P.S. of awe washed through the crowds as they tasted their beer, as they had only poorly carbonated beer when Tempest beer was top quality even for Earth standards. The waiters were all elven ladies, and no, I didn't force them, they had all voluntarily signed up. However, this was another success. Beautiful elven ladies roaming around serving alcohol, and the way the elves greeted them made all of the whether they were drunk or not turn red. Men are always like this now that I think about it. Back when I was a man I had an elf fetish, didn't I? Oh, how laughable I was back then. I even thought reading A Country Between Monsters and Humans was an easy feat. The extravagant dishes were prepared by both Shuna and Yoshida, who I'd say are the two finest chefs in the cardinal world. We also managed to prepare a sherbet made with an assortment of fruits as refreshments, even going so far as to recreate like the black tiger meat and more from Walpurgis banquet. Although we had a hard time looking for monsters we could use as ingredients, we somehow managed in 2 days using the information we had. I'd say we managed to satisfy the nobles and aristocrats who were used to high-end foods. That wasn't all. Off to the side you could see one of the large fishes I had accidentally fished up being carted in. If I remember correctly from the past, it had an amazing flavor, so I decided to bring it in. Akiro was left in charge of cutting it up to be served. We decided to make it a show, as Hakuro's cutting abilities are not to be underestimated. His kitchen knife, which was handcrafted by Kuroban, of the two finest blacksmiths in Tempest, flew from one side to another, cutting with precision no other could recreate, avoiding the hard exoskeleton Amor while the fish was being cut into a beautiful display of artistic skill, which even Shuna was astonished with. Behind me, Xian stood there with a kitchen knife I gifted her for her to practice with, and was eagerly starring, wanting to join, in which I told her not to almost instantly in fear of my life. We had invited many big names to this party and had to make this as nice as possible and not be put into the hands of an untrained cook who can make even the nicest looking things look like something even demons would hate to even smell. As for the reactions, as expected, at first people were scared by Hakuro's skills. However, as his performance progressed, many lightened up and shined with admiration for him. The head was discarded, and the body dived up into 4 pieces, then sliced up as the plates were loaded. In the middle laid marbled belly meat enveloped in red meat. The sight alone in the past would most likely have me watering. However, after running a country for 10 years, I have refined my manners and managed to keep myself back from pouncing on it and eating it whole. The majority of people remained silent and hesitant, waiting for someone to make the first move. Many people had gathered at the buffet tables at the standing party section. The dishes were all well received, and people were singing their praises. After all, Shuna and Yoshida were pulling out all of the stops. I just nodded. After all, a kind reception was to be expected. People still after a while were hesitant on taking any of the fish meat. Maybe they were intimidated by Hikiro's display. People were even saying it would taste bad, so I decided to take the initiative. I shall try one, I say, and Hikiro passes me a plate. I hope it is to your tasting, my lady, he says, and backs off with a bow. As soon as I take a bite, it was as though heaven came to personally greet me. The flavors were all perfectly mixed, and the buttery belly meat melts in the mouth, complemented by each other, brings it together. It's delicious, I say, and ask for a second plate. Tease a shame it hadn't be too well received, but I am looking forwards to post-dinner drinks, I say while looking at Hikiro and company. Soon Womiome from the crowd speaks up. CSN, I have sushi with that bell. Lee meat and also without the wasabi, Hinata says while walking over. Someone turned up and left a comment that left me dumbfounded. Not only did she straight up ask for belly meat, she also asked for it without wasabi. What are you, a kid? I say while looking at her. Shut up, I hate that burning sensation in my nose, she shouts back. Hinata, who wore a simple evening dress and asked for sushi as though it was natural. I would also like if there was a wider variety of fish, she states. As if that wasn't enough, she stepped it up with such a cocky request. Not only did she want the wasabi to be removed, but also more kinds of fish. Surely, the wasabi part could be a difference in preference. Granted, it could be hard to handle for people trying it for the first time. I believed that you could only say that you were eating it properly, if you knew how to relish the taste of wasabi. Although she was like that, she still received the plate from Hikiro. She closed her eyes as she put the sushi in her mouth. Amazing. I'm a teeny bit angry, but I respect you, Rimuru. Then I'll have one too, but I'm not a child, so you can keep the wasabi. Yuki says, following behind Hinata. He dropped light sarcastic remarks. He had likely been watching us from the start from the buffet area. As he received the plate from Hikiro, he immediately shoved the sushi into his mouth and also had nothing but compliments for Hikiro's food. Lady Rimuru, may I try that as well? King Gazel had asked, and Hikiro brought a plate over for Gazel and Yume's party, who was next to him, who ate in delight. Seeing both Gazel's and Yume's reactions, everyone else sprang in to get a bite of the food. After that, the festival proceeded without much complaint. However, after a while of peace and promoting a few of Tempest's goods, a guard came in. We have big trouble, he shouts. What is it? I ask. There shouldn't be any problems. The only thing I am sending is Elmasia's ship in the sky arriving. Reporting. The Sorcerer D. Why Nasty Dragon King has arrived, the guard shouted frantically as another one entered. Her Majesty Queen Elmesha El Orsarian is coming here herself right now. He shouts as the one next to him continue. Her Imperial Majesty and his Entrouche have arrived. He also shouts, panicked. So Sarian's Empress arrived a little late, is that all? I ask and get dumbfounded looks. Don't scare me like that. I mumble, which prompts Gazel to come over to me. You don't seem to know how much this party will change with her arriving, he says as he looks at me. What do you mean? I get that the humans will ably panic, but I invited her here, and since I'm a demon lord now, it is natural she would be curious and come here herself, is it not? I ask. You invited one of the biggest people in the world who, if took a single step out of their empire, could cause the whole country to go into uproar. He says, whispering while shouting. Yeah, of course, I mean, why not? I ask while looking at his dumbfounded face. However, it was too late for him to continue as she entered the party room. Elmesia had declared herself a descendant of God and revived the whole of Sarian, which was 13 kingdoms all combined into one. It is an elven dynasty with her at the top of it. Its power is similar to Dworgen's and also uses the same flaw that Dworgen does against the Western nations to keep it alive despite falling behind on military power. It is nice to finally meet you, Demon Lord Rimuru, Elmesia says with authority that consumes the nobles that had all parted for her. However, it leaves no effect on me. Likewise, it is nice to meet a great empress such as yourself, I say in reply, and look at the man next to her. I didn't think Uren's father was so close to such great royalty such as yourself. Well, we have foods tea we may think will appetize you and your comrades over here, I say as I motion towards the middle of the crowd, the buffet area. We also have a few prepared food that will be served in a moment. Thank you. I will go and have a look, since from what I can see these foods like very nice, she says and walks over to the buffet area. After that commotion, I went back and had a talk with Yume and Gazel out random stuff, and then I felt a familiar aura coming this way. Oh, it seems our guests have arrived, I said, which confused anyone who heard me. Ah, Milam, she will spruce up this evening, says Yum Pr. Obably used to all the craziness and caught on quickly. I see, so the demon lords have arrived, says Gazel, also slowly getting used to the craziness and started to observe them with his keen eye. Yum's whoa. RDS had tipped him off, however many recognized her. It was to be expected since Benimaru, Diablo, Geld and even Gabble were there acting as guides. This seemed to make Gazel tense, seeing 10 powerful people including Milam. She was in the lead, flanked by 2 men. One was bald and wore a priest's gown, who was known as Midley, and next to him was a less serious-looking person who also wore a priest's gown, a LSO known as Hermes, with Midley being strong enough to be respected by Benimaru. Despite being fodder compared to him, he still managed to impress him, so I might have a look at this Midley guy later on. Behind them were the 3 Beast Keeters who had joined nations with Milam's after Carrion started to work under Milam, along with Carrion and Frey in front of Beast Keeters, forming a less than as defined as shape with Milam at the point of the triangle, Carrion and Frey at the front end of the tri-line, with the 3 Beast Keeters in the middle and Midley and Hermes at the back. That damn table smasher dared to come back, I muttered, but held myself back. People had trouble hiding their nervousness with Milam, Elmesha, Gazel and me all in one room, and knowledge of more arriving that they don't know of. A few had pissed their pants and went to get changed. The end.